Let it.
Great news! The Selection Lucky Spin has been completely reworked. Pick your own rewards. Enjoy massive discounts. Select total draw rewards. Increase your chances of drawing your desired items. Come take a look. Tap here and choose Selection Lucky Spin to go to the event page. This Lucky Spin event introduces a completely new draw experience. Choose items according to your preferences. To form your own prize pool. After making your selection, you get a discounted 10 draw that's only valid during the event. The draw costs only 300 UC. Furthermore, first daily single draws during the event cost only 10 UC. It's a super sweet deal. As you continue drawing, you'll get total draw crates. Different quality total draw crates require drawing different amounts. Reach a certain number of draws to get the corresponding total draw crate. The higher the crate's quality, the more valuable its rewards. Get tons of material rewards with a single 10 draw. Most importantly, when opening crates, priority is given to items you don't already own, so you don't need to worry about getting something you've already drawn. Just have fun drawing rewards. It's super easy to get your desired items. Doesn't that sound amazing? What are you waiting for? Event period, April 18th, 2025 through May 15th, 2025. Join the Selection Lucky Spin event now.
Rondo is here. Are you overwhelmed by all it has to offer? In this video, we'll be going over one of its unique features. Rondo is much larger compared to other maps, and it has features that other maps don't have. For example, in Erangel, throwing a frag grenade won't destroy the terrain, yet in Rondo, doing the same thing blasts a hole in the ground. Other than frag grenades, you can also destroy terrain with pickaxes and vehicle explosions. They each shape the terrain at different speeds. Frag grenades are the quickest. Just toss it and let it explode. Vehicle explosions are next, which also leave behind wreckage that provides cover. Pickaxes are slowest. It takes a lot of swings to dig a pit. All three methods let you create a temporary shelter to hide in, which gives you a greater chance at survival. When you're in trouble, you can rest at the cover you created. Note that in Rondo, only the ground can be terraformed. Buildings, water, and cement are indestructible. During combat, you can create a hiding space for yourself and wait for enemies to come close to catch them unawares. If you're in an open area with minimal cover, try using a smoke grenade first to obstruct your enemy's vision. Then create a temporary shelter in the ground with a frag grenade before attacking. With a vehicle, you can exit it and attack it from a distance. After it explodes, use the terraformed ground and remaining wreckage to go after your enemies or rest. Head to Rondo now to experiment with this new feature.
Let it.
Great news! The Selection Lucky Spin has been completely reworked. Pick your own rewards. Enjoy massive discounts. Select total draw rewards. Increase your chances of drawing your desired items. Come take a look. Tap here and choose Selection Lucky Spin to go to the event page. This Lucky Spin event introduces a completely new draw experience. Choose items according to your preferences. To form your own prize pool. After making your selection, you get a discounted 10 draw that's only valid during the event. The draw costs only 300 UC. Furthermore, first daily single draws during the event cost only 10 UC. It's a super sweet deal. As you continue drawing, you'll get total draw crates. Different quality total draw crates require drawing different amounts. Reach a certain number of draws to get the corresponding total draw crate. The higher the crate's quality, the more valuable its rewards. Get tons of material rewards with a single 10 draw. Most importantly, when opening crates, priority is given to items you don't already own, so you don't need to worry about getting something you've already drawn. Just have fun drawing rewards. It's super easy to get your desired items. Doesn't that sound amazing? What are you waiting for? Event period, April 18th, 2025 through May 15th, 2025. Join the Selection Lucky Spin event now.
Rondo is here. Are you overwhelmed by all it has to offer? In this video, we'll be going over one of its unique features. Rondo is much larger compared to other maps, and it has features that other maps don't have. For example, in Erangel, throwing a frag grenade won't destroy the terrain, yet in Rondo, doing the same thing blasts a hole in the ground. Other than frag grenades, you can also destroy terrain with pickaxes and vehicle explosions. They each shape the terrain at different speeds. Frag grenades are the quickest. Just toss it and let it explode. Vehicle explosions are next, which also leave behind wreckage that provides cover. Pickaxes are slowest. It takes a lot of swings to dig a pit. All three methods let you create a temporary shelter to hide in, which gives you a greater chance at survival. When you're in trouble, you can rest at the cover you created. Note that in Rondo, only the ground can be terraformed. Buildings, water, and cement are indestructible. During combat, you can create a hiding space for yourself and wait for enemies to come close to catch them unawares. If you're in an open area with minimal cover, try using a smoke grenade first to obstruct your enemy's vision. Then create a temporary shelter in the ground with a frag grenade before attacking. With a vehicle, you can exit it and attack it from a distance. After it explodes, use the terraformed ground and remaining wreckage to go after your enemies or rest. Head to Rondo now to experiment with this new feature.
Let it.
Great news! The Selection Lucky Spin has been completely reworked. Pick your own rewards, enjoy massive discounts, select total draw rewards, increase your chances of drawing your desired items. Come take a look. Tap here and choose Selection Lucky Spin to go to the event page. This Lucky Spin event introduces a completely new draw experience. Choose items according to your preferences. To form your own prize pool. After making your selection, you get a discounted 10 draw that's only valid during the event. The draw costs only 300 UC. Furthermore, first daily single draws during the event cost only 10 UC. It's a super sweet deal. As you continue drawing, you'll get total draw crates. Different quality total draw crates require drawing different amounts. Reach a certain number of draws to get the corresponding total draw crate. The higher the crate's quality, the more valuable its rewards. Get tons of material rewards with a single 10 draw. Most importantly, when opening crates, priority is given to items you don't already own, so you don't need to worry about getting something you've already drawn. Just have fun drawing rewards. It's super easy to get your desired items. Doesn't that
Yo, welcome back everyone to day number 2 of the PMNC South Asia playoffs. I'm Red Queen, joined by the one and only Charix, and we are ready to bring you all the action, the drama, and of course, the surprises that this tournament has to offer. So yesterday was an absolute roller coaster. Teams battled out with everything they had, and of course, the leaderboard is already hitting up. So Charix, are you ready for day 2?
Thank you so much, Queen, for the wonderful welcome. And yes, I am, in fact, ready to answer your question on that. And the main question still remains, are the teams ready for today? Because this is the day number 2, the new start, another day, a new day for the teams. And they still have like a total of 3 days, including this one. But the main question still will remain, how will they perform in today's action? And we'll cover the halfway point, the 50% of the total playoffs that is about to occur. But for that, we do have to see the matches. We do have to see the Erangels, the Miramars, the Sanhoks. Oh my god, I remember the Sanhok yesterday. That was one intense Sanhok you usually don't see at anywhere. So I don't even know what these teams are up to at this point because of those sheer like momentum that they have generated for themselves. Some teams that used to play so good, they're not like playing that good in this tournament for some reason for the first day. Some teams that we see new, they're dominating over here. And what other surprises are we gonna have? I need to know the answer right now.
I think one of the surprises that we have for you guys would be the map rotation. We're gonna show you how it's gonna go down later on, so we'll just have to wait for it. But you're right, you know, I do agree with you, Charix. NEPX Esports is leading the charge, you know, fresh off their impressive run at PMGO. But the question is, can they hold their ground against the likes of DRS Gaming? And we also got Royal GURKHAS Esports. And let's not forget, of course, the mid-table madness teams like Tribe, AEROMACY, and we also have T2K. They're pretty hungry for a breakout performance. So today is all about momentum, resilience, and of course making a statement here. Every match counts, every point matters, as you can see on the screen here. Every team has something to prove, so I suggest you guys buckle up.
Everyone needs to buckle up, including the teams too. Syndicate 7 points, LAT 7 points. So yesterday, they did not play that good. Some of the teams like the OPZ, even the OPZ, we have to talk about OPZ on this. The first 2 matches, you remember, They got eliminated. They were the first one. I think it was first 2 or first 3 matches. They got eliminated at the very start. They were the first one to get eliminated. But now, judging on the fact that they're on the hashtag number 18 out of the 20th, it is still a good start for them. I'm not going to say it's a very good start, but yeah, considering the pace that you took on for yourself, getting into the bottom line 3s is I'd say maybe a decent one for you guys. But aside from that, talking about the teams that did dominate yesterday, Tribe AEROMACY was one of them. 22 just on solely those elimination. Just 6 placement points and no chicken dinner whatsoever, Queen. And you can see MTD Twisted that got that first chicken dinner, RC32 that got that last chicken dinner. They're still lacking behind that single team Tribe AEROMACY.
Yeah, the scoreboard does speaks volumes about the intensity of the competition as we head on to day number 2. Of course, if teams perform great, they're also top performers. This means that, you know, the names that you can see on the screen are the ones who stood out among the rest. And we can see Mukesh coming from NEPX. We actually have 2 players coming from NEPX, so that's Mukesh and Domain. And as for Tribe AEROMACY, we've got Zayo over here. And another player here coming from, I cannot see the name, but this is Aditya. What team?
The team.
Can you see the logo? It's kind of...
I can only see the eyes, the red bloody eyes.
Ooh.
But yeah, we will have to know which team is that once we find out the logo. But here's the map schedule, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna start Sanhok today. There's 2 Sanhoks, Queen. My calling have been heard. Oh my god, my requests have been heard. 2 Sanhoks in the day number 2. 2 Wrangles and a single Miramar in the very middle. We were talking about, okay, maybe we're gonna have a single Sanhok today as well. No, we're gonna have 2 Sanhoks, ladies and gentlemen. 2 Wrangles and a single Miramar, of which A, B, D, and E group is gonna be playing that. So C is that group that will not play the Miramar today. But you can see the rest of the groups on your screen as well. ABCD is the first one, ABCE is the second one, the third one is ABDE, Sanhok, ACDE, and last but not the least, it is once again the Miramar that will be played. But here it goes. Here are the group distribution. We have T2K, Team KOM, Team NEPX, Team Syndicate from the Group A, SHREEPECH, Lot NEXUS, JUTTI Squad, and AST on the Group number B.
Yes, sir. And just to get back to what we were talking about just a while ago, so Aditya comes from 4 Death Machines. Okay, we just have to put the spotlight to him because he's one of the top performers. So I suggest you guys take a screenshot of this one because it's going to be a round robin format. That means that, you know, some of the teams will not be playing in some of the matches. So take a hard long look at the teams that will be playing for our first match in Sanhok. So again, it's going to be from Group A to D here. So Group E is gonna chill for now during the first match. They're gonna prep themselves up because I think for the second round, which will be their first game, is going to be in Erangel. So I suggest that you guys also kind of prepare yourselves because it is going to be an epic showdown nonetheless. So bring in your snacks, bring in your favorite drinks, and maybe have a watch party with your friends because it is nice, you know, to have a some sort of celebration if your favorite team is actually dominating the lobby.
Get ready, get your drinks, get your snacks ready, ladies and gentlemen, because we're gonna have an intensive, extensive day today. The 5 matches, 2 Sanhoks. Maybe I shouldn't call it extensive because of 2 Sanhoks. I don't know.
Oh man.
Yeah, I shouldn't be calling it an extensive map, but here we go. We were talking about the extensive maps, but you know what? Which one is not? This Sanhok, the first one, ladies and gentlemen, that has commenced the playoffs. Day number 2, match number 1, Sanhok on its way.
All right, here we go. Another Rumble in the Jungle. Just to get you guys, of course, acquainted with what happened yesterday. Again, it's a tight race at the top here. DRS Gaming and Royal GURKHAS are breathing down NEPX Esports neck with 43 and 39 points respectively. And, you know, DRS Gaming's tactical discipline and Royal GURKHAS clutch plays are keeping the competition razor thin at the summit. So one explosive game could flip the script entirely. But I'm pretty sure that NEPX have already prepared. You know, they've gone through the first broadcast yesterday. So I feel like they still have the mission, of course, to dominate first match here at the PMNC. In terms of like the Hot Drops boot camp, oh, it's dominated by Tribe AEROMACY for now, but Paradise Resort, oh, I think we're gonna have some exchange happen. I mean, Killfit is already lighting up here, Torix.
The kill feed is definitely lighting up. You can already see at this point some teams getting those elimination. Wet M7 is one of them. SHREEPECH Esports super low on that HP, but RD is the one. RD is the one that is responsible for those eliminations right here at this point. But aside from that, if you're talking about the teams, NEPX is still dominating on the hashtag and #1. No matter how you look at it, Royal Dragon Esports so far with that single first elimination, the first blood that they have drawn against all these teams into the Sanhok matches. Now we're seeing Sanhok at its mightiest glory this time around, because the players might be getting into some kind of tussles one way or another.
This is really very different tactics that I'm seeing from the teams here, Torix. Just the fact that we don't see enough teams really having that first engagement at an initial onset here. You know, the fact that we have two teams inside Paradise Resort and they're not even really pushing, you know, not even eager to get the points done. So again, it's a different play type of thing. Okay, I think I spoke to RLX Esports right now having a massive exchange, and I believe two of the players from the opposition side is already knocked down, and I believe this is HAINA Esports. Oh.
My god, this is a back-to-back tussle going around. First we saw Royal Dragon getting into the first bullet scenario. Now at the Paradise Resort we have HAINA Esports versus RLX. Sanhok closing in slowly and steadily. The AKM is definitely going to hit the player up, but Destron is going to be the guy that is going to get the knockdown done, confirmation, and those eliminations that will be going on to his name. But oh my god, HAINA Esports down to the very last player. From this point onward, things are not looking good for these guys. HAINA Esports, you have to do something, and you have to do something really fast, because one wrong move will mean the elimination. But there we go, HAINA Esports not giving up, getting that one knock, instant confirmation on the guys, and two players of the team RLX has also been eliminated. Destro XAN plus Sana versus Natsu, the final guy, the only guy from the side of HAINA Esports. Healed himself properly, 75% HP, resetted, and now those 6 bullets from the S12K, will they connect? Will they get a connection? This is the bigger question, because even though you're looking at the S12K versus the AKM has so less bullets right now in the backpack of Sana.
Okay, he needs to be the knight in shining armor here, coming from HAINA. Here we go, Natsu with another great shot here. Oh, what a clutch play! He was able to eliminate RLX single-handedly here, ladies and gents. What a clutch coming from HAINA!
Oh my god, the way this guy just pulled it off. The 1 versus 3. The 4th player was actually been eliminated by a third party in the area into the surrounding sides. But here we go. Sanhok on its mightiest glory. One fight finishes up, the second one ensues. This time around, it is the Royal GURKHAS versus the team WE. This time around, VETM7. Let's see, Rifa, you need to move back. Once again, get together with your team member, then push together, because it is already a 2 versus 2 scenario, and you don't want to get yourself involved in this kind of a fight where you might have a disadvantage in the regarding situation. But RG Mamba from the Royal GURKHAS, one player super far away, the other one, that is Psycho. He's in the compartment of Corey, but there is nowhere else to go. He cannot leave these compartments, because he is kind of not sure if there is any teams, if there is any players surrounding the premises, and if he moves without knowing the premises, he might get that elimination on him.
I am still over the moon with what happened in Paradise Resort, but okay, let's get back to business here. Tribe AEROMACY on your screen here, ladies and gents, and now we're jumping over to LOD Nexus. One casualty, Godson, already out of the game here. 3 is still kind of a strong number to, at least to say, to be honest. So it's going to be an interesting rotation coming from LOD, that is for sure, because we still have a lot of teams here with a full squad, so they need to pick their battles smartly. Now, HAINA, just because of Notsu's amazing clutch play just moments ago, he was able to save his teammate, and now HAINA playing with 2 more players. But again, they're not out of the woods just yet, because there might be another team that will challenge them, and it's going to be a pretty interesting fight coming from HAINA, since I don't know what kind of trick they're ready to pull off their sleeves here just to go through another squad at stage 1 here in Sanhok. And as for T2K, 2 points in the bag, and now they're going for a reposition. Currently, they're tanking the blue, but I feel like, okay, so the fight is not over just yet, because OG spotted some more players in front of him, and I think he is pretty determined at getting the job done before they get into the safe zone.
That is honestly true. At this point, not a lot of teams are actually going for that kind of like an aggressive, intensive fights. But you can see some of the teams cementing themselves, like NEPX after that first initial elimination to their name. They're not going haywire on those fights. You can see the zone is going to close in 16 seconds. And during that time, there's so many casualties that have occurred. 4DM lost one of their players. They joined with a 3-man. That makes them already a duo from this point onward. HAINA Esports lost 2 of their players. There's a lot of other teams that lost some of their players. Even outside of the circle, you can see the T2K versus the team LOD right next to the premises against each other. But on the eastern side, in fact, of the play circle, you can see VETM7 versus the team NEPX. Near the boot camp, there is the team HAINA Esports versus the team SHREEPECH. And inside the circle, you can already see almost 40-50% of the teams cementing themselves and holding themselves from this point onward.
Oh no, here comes the spray coming from Mafia Punk here. Oh man, that was brutal. And just like that, HAINA Esports is a no more, but it's a different story though for Mafia Punk, because he was able to score 2 points in the bag as well. So that's an interesting start. Yes, we did see T2K and LOD might have a collision up to the northern side here of Sanhok, so I feel like both of the teams are kind of ready to risk it all. I mean, if you get into a fight early on in the game, that means you are risking losing some of your members, even though if you're going to win the fight, that means, you know, a higher chance that you might be able to lose a member of your team. But then again, you know, it's so both of the teams are so far away from the safe zone, so it's going to be an interesting rotation nonetheless. But for Death Machines, okay, this is an even more interesting story, just because 4 Death Machines entered the game with only 3 of their members, so they're at a deficit here. That puts them at a disadvantaged position automatically.
That actually does. Right now, if you're looking at the fact and all these teams as they're moving inside of that circle, some of the teams like OPV's Team SYN, 4DM, T2K, they might be getting into some kind of a tussle. But the teams that have presented themselves inside the circle so far, they're not gonna overdo anything. Tribe AEROMACY is one of the team that yesterday did an amazing job with those eliminations and everything. But OPZ, me and my mouth, I was talking to the fact that, okay, they might be getting into the tussle, and here we are. OPZ losing one of their players, getting the player knocked out, and T2K is that contender that is holding them down. And I don't think so that you're gonna be able to get away from the clutches of T2K. This is an easy 2 more eliminations, 2 more points for the T2K. Already 5 eliminations have been done by this team.
This is more like it. Now, this is the T2K I know, racking up a lot of elims at the beginning of the game here. So interesting fight coming from T2K. I mean, they probably decided to show up. You know, it wasn't really a very good run yesterday, but perhaps we are going to see T2K play at a different pace here, which is, of course, going to be amazing. We just know that. We're looking at 12 teams remaining at stage 2. We already have HAINA, LOD, RLX, and OPZ out of the game. And we did talk about OPZ just moments ago, Tarks, and how, that they've had a bad run yesterday. And now we're looking at this, and they're also one of the first few teams who have been taken out of the equation, once again coming in at day number 2. So, whew, we already said this, something needs to change.
That actually does. Something does need to change from this point onward, because look at the circle, first of all. Already, there's I think that's SHREEPECH Esports in the circle, or I can be wrong. But we will know that for sure once we're like past this play zone and we can see the logos. But Mystic on the other hand is also in the circle. Might I remind you, Mystic was the team that got that first match chicken dinner, and because of the fact that they're in the circle, maybe they're trying to get the same like scenario done to themselves to like take a really good start from the day number 2 once again, and just casually play the rest of the matches. But it is the killer of Mountain that we were looking at in the circle, in the centralized position of the circle. 1 elimination so far that they have got for themselves, but at the cost of one of their own players as well. So 1-to-1 trade-off, it's not a good thing, but I'm looking at some of the teams. Teams and 2 players. Team VET M7, a solo player. RG and 40M is also on the like a duo side. AST, the NEPX, T2K, the contenders that yesterday dominated the full lobby, the 5 matches, if one way or another. They're 4-man standing right now. Mystic so far has not even got a single elimination to their name. They're 4-man. There's the JUTTI with the 2 elimination, and last but not the least, RD with also the 2 eliminations to their name. From the bottom side, the 10 position onward, the points is kind of like almost on the similar side. We can see RLX 18 alongside of KOM 18. And then we have JUTTI and RD with the 17 points as well. So there's not a lot of gap between these teams, and even a single match is going to be enough for them to like have a very big jump into the point structure.
Yeah, you were right. This is going to be tough, especially for those at the bottom half section here. But NEPX, oh, what a mishap that just happened right now. Oh, it's not looking too good. I think they were caught off guard here, which is, of course, the best tactical play that you can pull off in a Sanhok. You need to be stealthy, you need to be good with the ambushes, and right now that was such a good trap coming from Mafia Punk here once again, ladies and gents. And that was a great back and forth exchange though, but definitely Tribe AEROMACY heard the gunshot, so I do wonder if they are going to head on to another fight here up against SHREEPECH Esports, because we still got 1 more play left for the side of NEPX, and that would be a Domain. Right now, they already have a total of 5 elimination points in the bag here, and Mafia Punk is on a killing streak of bagging 4 elimination points, and that's just it for NEPX. Oh, what is happening right now? Tribe AEROMACY also having an exchange here up against Mafia Punk's team, but NEPX already out of the game with only 1 elimination point, so that is kind of surprising. Not a way to open up the matches for the side of NEPX, and there you go, Zaya catching another nade here. Oh man, this is quite a great show coming from Mafia Punk, and from a long range. Crazy gameplay.
Oh my, that is a crazy gameplay. It is the back-to-back, those eliminations, those fights that happens. And we're in 14 minutes, 15 minutes marker of the game, and already majority of the teams, half lobby has been completely annihilated. T2K, Team Mystic, Team RD, KOM, JUTTI, and the Team SYN are the only one that are alive right now from this point onward. But Mystic, Caesar, He's trying to move out of this premises. He's trying to move away and in the circle, but from the backside, he can get shot. He can get shot. Fortunately for this guy, not only did he not get shot, but also he's in the circle with his teams, regrouped once again. But T2K, this single grenade could have been detrimental for the other team, but no connection whatsoever. Once again, OG is going to try his luck. Another grenade goes over, no connection. And right with this, Voke from JUTTI squad, he is trying to scout out the position, okay, where the players are, where the enemies are, the opponents are situated at. But JUTTI squad, they're outside of the circle, they're receiving a lot of damage, and you can already see the chunks depleting 45 seconds before the circle is going to close on. Agsy is healing himself right now. He's going to use the bandages, the 22 bandages that he has. I don't think so he's going to survive for that much longer because of the no first aid kit whatsoever. But yes, 24 players. This is going to be huge.
Wow.
This is going to be a huge fight as soon as the circle is going to close, and every single team is going to try to move their way inside that circle.
And that's what we all want, right? A full action right on. And T2K, I'm telling you, man, this is quite the gameplay that I'm expecting for them to have. T2K right now, 6 elimination points. We've got Jaya really rocking it. He is on a killing streak, as we can see on the screen here. They're moving closer and closer towards the safe zone here, but I feel like they're on the mood to kind of gatekeep those players that are still far away, from the safe zone. They're currently on the northern side, but I'm also looking at at KOM over here. They do have a compound, but it's no longer included in the safe zone, so they will have to leave that compound anytime soon. So I do hope they move forward, because we still got 13 more seconds before we see stage 6. But Royal Dragon Esports bagging 4 eliminations, but they're going after RD at the moment. Claw very low in HP. We got Falcons trying to do a massive counter, but unfortunately, he was a little slow on the trigger right there. But 4 Death Machine is in a world of trouble here, because we are looking at Aditya as the sole survivor.
We are looking at the sole survivor. We were looking at the sole survivor. But there we go. MTD Twisted throwing the grenades. In the meanwhile, T2K is casually just getting all those eliminations for themselves. But now, the 2 players from the T2K are down. OG is one of the guys that is trying to find out where the enemies, where the opponents are. But this single grenade could have been detrimental for Death Machine. In the meanwhile, they get eliminated. We are down to the top 7 teams. Royal Dragon. 1 player is down. 1 player is knocked out. Someone needs to get that survival done. But oh my god, Mystic, you beast, you beauty with a single grenade. T2K's player are getting down, and in an instant, T2K is fully finished off from this match. Fully finished off. Moved away back to the lobby. SHREEPECH Esports, Zenz, alongside of Mafia Punk. These 2 are the only 2 hopes from this point onward. So Zenz, come on, peek, take a shot on Uncle. You can do it, but Uncle has his eyes first on Zenz, and right with the spray, right with the action, he's gonna get him taken down. He is knocked out, and SHREEPECH Esports down to the very last guy that is actually outside of the safe zone area. If the circle starts to close on, he's going to be in a one pickle. He is going to be in a pickled situation where the only thing that he can do is he can either wait for his demise or take that fight. But oh my god, Syndicate, you beast! Nah, hey, single grenade, gonna take 1 player down. It can potentially take the second one down as well, but no, it did not get any kind of connections from the backside. There's a third party action actually happening on these guys as well.
A lot of trades already happening here, ladies and gents, but a while ago we just saw SPE really clutching it, but we're going to go back to that in just a while, because Woke just got caught sleeping right there. And let's see if he can still be saved by his teammate. Unfortunately, no, that was the end of the line for him, but nice counter, though, coming from actually JUTTI. Right now, he needs to perform a jump right from behind again. Mystic! Oh my goodness! This is such a great back and forth situation. Understandably so, because we are already at stage 6 here, ladies and gents, with the final 4 teams remaining, battling for the first winner chicken dinner. Caesar with a massive nade up against Royal Dragons. Can he shut down one? He was able to inflict pain, but not enough to put anyone down just yet.
That is totally true. We are down to the top 14, ladies and gentlemen. 12 total players. Team RD, 4-man. Team KOM, 3-man. But oh my god, me. And once again, my mouth. They got denied that third player revival. Instantly went to the 2 players from this point onward. Went to 1. Okay, that is the KOM down to the very last guy. And from this point onward, now Loco with the MG3. MG3 can be a potential threat for all of these players. That 75 bullets in 990 speed can potentially take the full squad down in a single spray. But it all depends on how he's going to use it, how he's going to utilize that RD frag. In the meanwhile, he's going to take 1 player from the Syndicate. Suba from the team RD, Royal Dragon. He's going to throw that grenade, but he's going to throw it so further away. You don't even have a slightest of idea where the enemies are, but there you go. Now he does. Now he does. The moment he gets out to get that knockdown done, his player from RD, K-Law, he finally manages to clutch it out. Another team, another player gets completely annihilated, and now it is all up to these top 3 players, Syndicate, Mystic, and Royal Dragons.
Oh my goodness, here we go. The battle is on another level here. It is pretty intense because we're looking at the final 3 teams here. We've got Syndicate with 1 remaining player, so we don't exactly know what he's going to do in this situation. He needs a miracle to pull off a chicken dinner. Royal Dragons, they do have the number advantage up against MTD Twisted, and Caesar just caught bullets, and now he is down on the ground. So I'm not sure what Mystic's going to do in this situation as Royal Dragons continues to push them, tries to flush them out of this compound. Master Zerti is holding on to an SOFK, but he needs to heal up. He needs to reset. So let's see what Frag is going to do in this situation. They do have the opening, they do have the advantage, and all they need to do is just really wait for Mystic to get out of this house. But I don't think they're going to wait for it because they're becoming impatient. They can taste the winner chicken dinner, and there you go. Royal Dragon Esports eliminated MTD Twisted.
It is back-to-back at those elimination. MTD Twisted got finished off. Now it's Syndicate 1 versus 4. Rolex, can you get that S12 done before he can even shoot a single bullet? It is over. Team Royal Dragons getting that first winner chicken dinner of the day. Number 2, that is the Sanhok match for you, ladies and gentlemen. We saw not only the early stages fights, but also the fight throughout the whole game. Within the 22, I'd say 23 minutes marker, we have our chicken dinner takers, and that is the Royal Dragons at its most glory.
Woo! What a match. What an opening for day 2 of the PMNC. Royal Dragons is just making their presence felt. You know, they're probably bursting. We call it. They're giving off this fiery performance for everyone to see. And again, I do expect this kind of energy will go through up until the final round this evening, because this is pretty interesting. A lot of those teams will definitely catch up on the overall rankings. And if this is going to be the performance coming from all of the teams today, Torix, it's going to be one heck of a fight. I mean, T2K, although they did not get the winner chicken dinner, they did perform during the first few zones and was able to rack up some points as well. And, you know, one of the highlights I can say during the first match would be, of course, NEXUS of HAINA Esports with a 1v3 or 1v4 clutch up against RLX. Man, that was mind-boggling.
the Paradise fight. Oh my god, how can we forget that? That was our first and the very starting 1v3 right off the very bat of the match. It was a 1v3. The third party in fact was done from the backside, so that is why maybe they couldn't get that fourth elimination, but it could have been the potential 1v4. We will never know about it. We will never know about it, ladies and gentlemen. But yes, this was the match number 1. This was the Sanhok at its most glory, and the way that all of these teams performed, it was amazing. It was a great match nonetheless. Teams played so good. The way every single action occurred, Andy, it was mind-boggling.
And one of the things that we also need to point out is the fact that 4 Death Machines entered the game with only 3 of their members, so that puts them at a great disadvantage compared to everyone else. But they did rack up, you know, a number of points, so it's not at all a very bad performance. But can you imagine if 4 Death Machines actually went in with a full squad? So they could probably made a difference, you know, for the first match this evening. And also the fact that SPE, okay, they did not get the chicken dinner either. It was Royal Dragons, right? The fact of the matter is, it was a very aggressive gameplay coming from SPE. And NEPX, we don't exactly know what happened with NEPX, but they were definitely caught off guard by SPE. And it was absolutely stunning. And NEPX, they need to, again, defend the top spot. They are currently the top dogs in the yard, but can they maintain being the top dogs for the rest of day number 2? That is the big question, Ray.
That is true. That is true. One thing we do have to see is the fact how the standings are going to go. How this match is going to affect the overall standing and the overall momentum for the teams, because you're not going to have just one Sanhok. This is not just a single Sanhok that these teams are going to play. They're going to play one more Sanhok after the second half phase of this game as well. So they need to get ready. They have to make sure that they are totally prepared, because from this fast-paced map, we will move forward into the next map that is going to be of the Erangel. The medium pace, the one and only. Every single team that knows the resetting map. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We have the winner chicken dinner team stats of the playoffs day number 2. That is RG Royal Dragons with 3 eliminations for Frags, 6 for Master Zerdy, Suba with the 1, and K-Law with the 2.
Oh, this was something else, you know, the fight here in Sanhok that happened between RLX and HAINA Esports. RLX, obviously, they had all the advantages working out for them, so we don't exactly know what happened with their momentum, but Notsu, right here, just made a huge impression onto not just the casters, but the audience as well. I mean, it was amazingly done. And we're looking at SPE at the moment, and this was when I believe NEPX kind of got caught off guard here and got eliminated by SPE.
Yeah, that is true. This was the highlights of the match. But yes, this is just the start. This is just the beginning of everything. You can see how well the team AEROMACY was taken aback with the sudden grenade, and it was the demise of them from that point onward. But Royal Dragons, they tried their level best. They managed to secure the chicken dinners as well, and this consistency exactly shows why it's important to have every step super carefully taken up.
And again, you know, this is quite an interesting match so far coming from the teams here. They do understand that, you know, we have a lot at stake and they need to perform if they would want to remain competitive, you know, for the PMNC. Again, this is not just fun and games anymore. You know, we're already playing at another level here and everyone is already stepping up. After all, this is already day number 2 and they need to secure a slot in the GrandFinals if they ever want a chance, of course, to get their hands on the lion's share of the $10,000 US, which is, of course, the total prize pool of this tournament. And now, talk about the most valuable player of the match here. We've got Mafia Punk. I mean, no doubt that he is the MVP for Sanhok. And it's so amazing to see this kind of numbers on the screen. 41.18%. getting the head. Oh my goodness, that is such an accurate aim coming from Mafia Punk. He has all the intentions of actually taking you down right off the bat.
This is what you call a really good aim, no matter how you look at it. But 58 total elimination with 71-65 of the total healings, total knockouts of 58, throwables used of 104, 2 airdrops looted, 14 headshots, 14 revivals. Sanhok has a 262 meters of the longest elimination distance from Mystic 1 kill. That is amazing, because you usually don't see this long of a distance in Sanhok, especially in Sanhok, because people tend to like go for the third parties, close range fights and everything. So it's really rare to see this kind of like a distance. But 22 total points for Royal Dragon, nonetheless, 12 eliminations. Then we have MD Twisted with 12 total points, Breach with the 12 total points, 10 elimination. Syndicate has 8. I think Tribe AEROMACY's aggression is actually being overtaken by Breach right now with the 10 elimination that they have the first match. JUTTI squad with the 4 elimination, total of 7 points. 7 points for the T2K as well. 6 for KOM and 3 for Death Machines.
Yeah, a Tribe AEROMACY, this wasn't a very good run for them as well. The fact of the matter is, SPE just moments ago was, I mean, they probably decided, okay, it is now time to show up. You know, it's time to show everyone what we can do inside a battlefield. And they did not just eliminate NEPX, they also eliminated the rest of Tribe AEROMACY. I mean, these are 2 top performing teams yesterday. So again, it's going to be an exciting day number 2. We don't even know who's going to be dominating today's set of matches. But the fact of the matter is, NEPX Esports, they worked so hard to be at the top of the charts here. And the big question is, again, if they can maintain this lead, especially because a lot of teams have already recalibrated their strategy and their overall tactical gameplay to fit in for day number 2. They know how much aggressiveness they would want to exert in all of the matches for today. So I do wonder if NEPX has all the endurance and the stamina to go through all the matches for today just to maintain a high level gameplay.
That is true. That is true. Everyone, I would say, is trying their level best to get accustomed to those maybe matches at this point, but this is not really the time. This is the thing. You're in Sanhok. Okay, you have a slight chance that you can go maybe a little bit on the daredevil side. You can go on a daring, aggressive streak, but this Erangels and the Miramars, they will determine the majority of the things on how you need to like move on to like your strategy first and foremost. I've seen even in this match, majority of the teams were kind of like going blindly with that aggressive stances, and this is not how you usually do. We saw the early fights at the Paradise Resort. That was a 1v3 just because of the instinct and the aggressive stances that the teams were taking. But now, as we have completed our first match, before heading into the second one, that is going to be our Wrangle 1, we will be going on a short break. Do not go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back.
Features. Rondo is much larger compared to other maps, and it has features that other maps don't have. For example, in Erangel, throwing a frag grenade won't destroy the terrain, yet in Rondo, doing the same thing blasts a hole in the ground. Other than frag grenades, you can also destroy terrain with pickaxes and vehicle explosions. They each shape the terrain at different speeds. Frag grenades are the quickest. Just toss it and let it explode. Vehicle explosions are next, which also leave behind wreckage that provides cover. Pickaxes are slowest. It takes a lot of swings to dig a pit. All 3 methods let you create a temporary shelter to hide in, which gives you a greater chance at survival. When you're in trouble, you can rest at the cover you created. Note that in Rondo, only the ground can be terraformed. Buildings, water, and cement are indestructible. During combat, you can create a hiding space for yourself and wait for enemies to come close to catch them unawares. If you're in an open area with minimal cover, try using a smoke grenade first to obstruct your enemy's vision. Then create a temporary shelter in the ground with a frag grenade before attacking. With a vehicle, you can exit it and attack it from a distance. After it explodes, use the terraformed ground and remaining wreckage to go after your enemies or rest. Head to Rondo now to experiment with this new feature.
Let it.
Great news! The Selection Lucky Spin has been completely reworked. Pick your own rewards. Enjoy massive discounts. Select total draw rewards. Increase your chances of drawing your desired items. Come take a look. Tap here and choose Selection Lucky Spin to go to the event page. This Lucky Spin event introduces a completely new draw experience.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, once again to the PMNC South Asia Spring 2025. This is the playoffs. This is the playoffs that's going on, the day number 2. And with you guys for today as well, it is Torix, and with me, I think I'm looking at the right side. Yes, I am looking at the right side. It is the one and only Red Queen Andy for you guys. Welcome back, Red Queen.
Whew, pretty exciting match number 1, Torix. All right, so the chaos of Sanhok is already behind us, and again, you know, what a match to kick things off. Just in case you missed all of the action, again, Natsu from HAINA Esports gave us a jaw-dropping moment, you know, clutching it up in Paradise Resort with a 1v3 against RLX. And talk about nerves of steel, right? I mean, that play didn't just save HAINA, it set the tone for the level of intensity we can expect today. On the other hand, because I see a lot of fans down there supporting NEPX, so NEPX Esports had a rough start, you know, bowing out with only a single elimination. Yeah, that was just a single elimination. So they've got some ground to cover now. We will see them bounce back here in Erangel, I assume, because they need to make up for the loss of points. So what do you think is going to happen for Erangel?
What is going to happen in the Erangel? This is a big question because this is the day number 2. Some teams may have done their homework. Some teams may be going in blindly. So one thing I can say for sure is the fact that we might see some chaos because this group, this time around, group number D, is going to be on the bench, and we're going to have the group number E play their first match of the day. So it is A, B, C, and E. And as you guys already know, Andy told you, take the screenshot of groups, group divisions. You will know exactly which group will be playing, which group is going to play in these maps, the teams that will be playing. But aside from that, if we're talking about the fact that it is the Erangel, I can only assume one thing, that if the circle is kind of in the favor for the team, we might not see that many of the fights. But
Yeah.
just in case the circle goes a little bit tad to the off angle, oh, let me tell you, we're going to have some bloodbath.
Oh, that is for sure. That is for sure. And that's what we want to happen, to be honest. Oh, that's what we want to happen. But anyway, okay, we are prepping ourselves up, and you just saw which the teams are actually going to play for our first Erangel this evening. So Group D is out, so that means Royal Dragon Esports, RLX. We got TM7 and For Death Machines will be taking a break for now. But hey, you know what? It's going to be an interesting Erangel because this is going to be the first game for the real soldiers.
The real soldiers, ladies and gentlemen, RC32, we and RC and LHC will be joining us in this match. And the Group D will be taking a little bit break on their benches. But here we go. The plane line kind of going from the Miltep power plant all the way up to the shooting range. Not a lot of diversion, I'd say, on the plane line. Disruption for the teams. They can easily go wherever they want to at this point. Because nobody goes quarry or promokes. We all know that. Nobody likes to go there. This is one place that we usually don't see majority of the teams like actually go. But yes, if you want to, you're free to go. But here we go. The circle taking a chip to the eastern corner. Milta Power Plant, Lipovka, the Novorupnoy. Military Base Island. Unfortunately, the military base is just a little corner side that's in the circle. But up till the Yasnaya Poliana, the main island, almost is covered by the circle.
Whew, this is going to be, again, one explosive Erangel, that is for sure. And I do want to give a big shout out to all of the viewers that we have right now for PMNC. I know that you guys are excited and looking forward to your favorite teams of performance. So might as well make a lot of noise down there in the comment section and send your favorite team some positive vibes because they are going to need it. I mean, it's going to be stressful for most of the teams here because they will have to deal with a lot of squads coming from the best regions. And now getting back into action here, ladies and gents, we are looking at, JUTTI. And one of them is already out of the game. Again, this is not, of course, the way that you would want to start your games here, especially in Erangel. This is the chance for them to score and rack up a lot of points because this is the OG map, the bread and butter, so to speak. Now, we don't exactly understand what just happened a moment ago because we just saw someone destroy his tire. Is it some sort of like a tactic in terms of like how to deal with friction on the road? Is this physics?
Physics not physicking for some reason. I don't know why, but we have some weird physics logic in PUBG Mobile. That is one thing for sure. But talking about the team that is at the Yasnaya Poliana, it is the team LHC so far. We can see the SHREEPECH moving with their cars, trying to take like a safe route for themselves. Killer of Mountains at the school side, the compartments, the main school building. It's all theirs to loot. There is no one in the proximity that can actually harm these guys for right now. And this is exactly why we can even see Loco super far away, even halfway towards the Pachinki side, halfway down to the Pachinki side, the compartments, the compounds that actually occurs in the middle of the school and the Pachinki. He's looting there. Kyo from KOM, it's actually going to the main building of the school, but oh, do I see someone in the Rozok City? I think I see someone in the Rozok City. So one thing, Killer of Mountains, you need to get your act together on this is the fact that if if and only if that single team decided to move up the Rozok Hill, you might be getting into a pickle situation. But 4 minutes have passed, and no fight,
Ooh.
actually that much of a fight whatsoever.
Okay, we don't exactly know what is happening at the moment, but teams are actually busy, of course, pillaging through towns and getting all of the resources. And this is pretty exciting because I think the teams are really trying to pull off smart battles. They don't want to go for a lot of drop clashes to happen during the first few zones. I mean, everyone is just busy with their rotation. Everyone's just busy getting all of the attachments and everything that they need before they get into any engagement. So, do you have any specific team that you are actually rooting for in a wrangle, Oryx? Hmm. Oh, yeah. You know what? Honestly, I don't even believe in Caster Curse. You know why? I know, honestly, because a lot of you guys down there are pretty curious about this, right? I mean, we do pick a team based on how good of a performance they are showing us in a tournament, right? And teams, they've practiced enough, they've trained enough. You know how many hours they put in just to make sure they play at a high caliber lobby. It's 10 to 12 freaking hours. 10 to 12 hours. That's how much time they need to put in just to make sure they play amazing for you guys. So I don't believe in caster curse, right? Because teams needs to be tactical. They know what they're doing inside the battlefield, so I'm pretty sure they can take care of themselves. And if something is not going right for the team, then that's probably what you can what you say that they need to go back to the drawing board and maybe talk about what they could have done in certain situations and adjust accordingly. Now, getting back into the game, here, ladies and gents, we're still at stage number 1. Now we see some of the teams still tanking the blue. They haven't done their rotations just yet. But if we're going to look at the team's overall status, we've got NRC at number 14, already lost 2 of their members, as well as JUTTI here. They're playing with just 3. They haven't put up any numbers just yet, but I feel like we'll probably see teams collide at stage 2.
The fact is, NRC is responsible for the 1-player elimination of JUTTI squad. Then they get punished by the team RG Royal GurKHAS. The 2 eliminations to their name. And
Oh.
I just want to see how close are they right now on the map that this actually occurred, that this kind of a fight actually occurred. But oh my god, I think for a second Trix got disconnected. But here we go. Okay. You can see 2 players. You could have shot at him. No. Come on. You had the perfect angle, perfect opportunity. And right with this, the teams are once again going for the fight. Okay. Did a lot of damage on towards the players. They're going up to the mountaintop. And single shot. One more shot. That actually occurred. OPZ Mosh with this is right now on his knees. The player needs to get that survival done as soon as possible. And right with this, I think the players are actually pushing on. Oh my god, just look at the circle shift. And look at the circle, the radius that actually have occurred.
You know what? The theme for today should be Carpe Diem. Okay, seize the day, ladies and gents. Okay, we can only hope for the best. To all the teams that are participating here at the PMNC, and right now, OPZ Esports. They need a lot of positive energy, to be exact. Just because day number 1, again, they haven't shown us a very good performance just yet. But perhaps we can see a different story happen for day number 2, but not with this kind of course, a performance right now we can see on the screen because, okay, they just went up against a team here. I believe that was JUTTI, right? But
Yes.
OPZ Esports, I believe we still need them to be part of the latter stages of this match just to make sure that they remain competitive. But right now, Mukesh getting slaughtered by LOD NEXUS. So is this another mishap from NEPX Esports?
Oh my god, I don't know what NEPX is doing at this point. The first map, they did the exact same thing. They got picked up by the team that was in close to them, but not that close that could actually take them down. They were actually taken up by surprise. And once again, the player's just looting at his own pace. He's just chilling over there, trying to get out of this place. And instantly, he gets shot on, he gets knocked down. Instant confirmation comes in. And this is not how it works in NEPX. You need to know, you need to understand the way that you have played the day number 1 for yourself. You're putting it all into the bin from this point onward. If you're going to keep playing like this, someone is going to overtake you. Someone is definitely going to take that crown number 1 position away from you if you keep doing this. But HAINA Esports, Nadzu, you can see him getting some shots. The rest of the teams are actually going for the fires. AEROMACY, once again, this is another team that did so good on the day number 1 with those elimination. But right now, the day number 2, they are struggling.
Okay, Pekka cooking up that nade, going up against AEROMACY. Pekka needs to heal up a bit, but okay, I think I got you, bro. I'm gonna heal you up because they need all the firepower that they can just to make sure they survive this clash up against AEROMACY. Ooh, it's not looking too good because Nozu right now is currently down on the ground and he needs to get picked up as well. Obviously, there's a need for HAINA Esports to kind of regroup, but that was such an essential kill coming from Himson, and this will pave the way for HAINA to recuperate in this situation. They might have the advantage up against AEROMACY, so they really need to push for it. This is the time for them to go full aggro up against AEROMACY, and they're picking them up one by one. Pekka seals the deal and was able to bag that elimination point.
Now you know why I was calling constantly Pika, Pika, Pika yesterday, but here we have it. Himson against the AEROMACY Strix versus Himson. Let's see. The shots did not get any kind of connections. Himson is the only guy that has actually got all those eliminations from the side of the AEROMACY. AEROMACY lost 3 of their players, and I give the full credit to Himson in this fight. But Big OP, so far, he's the guy that's going to take 1 player down from the team LOD. In the meanwhile, you could see that hovercraft in the water, just chilling there, trying to move its pace. But, you know, the 50% of the circle that is in the water, it's going to help those teams with the hovercraft, with the water side positions, to get a better angle against the rest of the teams. But here we go, LOD, they're going to lose 1 of their players, and now down to the 3-man that they are, they're going to look at KOM, Killer Mountains, maybe, or the teams that are right next to them. LHC is also one of the teams that is kind of into the close proximity. AST, AEROMACY, they're also closing in. They're also slowing it down into the proximity, and this one single shot can mean that all of the team AEROMACY may just leave. But what happened? The players suddenly got disconnected. No, this is not happening. They had the perfect opportunity against Team AEROMACY.
Well, we did see a lot of trades already happen, but okay, before we jump into another topic here, let's just take a look at LHC Esports going up against KOM. We can see Manco 90 with a DBS. There's a little bit of hesitation to actually get inside the building. I am wondering, though, where the rest of the team is, but Anko right here doing his best to flush them out, but from behind. My goodness, that was such an accurate shot coming from LHC, eliminating the threat who is going after the 2 of his teammates here. So great shot. Unfortunately, one of them is currently knocked down on the ground, and they need to heal each other up as fast as they can because there are other teams that's lurking within proximity as well and might join into the mix.
They might just do it at this point, but right now what we are seeing is a complete aggressive stances. You can see how well the teams have dispersed themselves into this small of a circle, but here we go. The stage number 4 has occurred. The stage number 4 and 15 teams. Oh my goodness. 15 teams are still in the game, are still in the match. 44 players. Team Mystic to MTD Twisted 4. Oh no, things are not looking good for them. The grenades, the throwables that can potentially take them down. T2K had the perfect opportunity to take them all down, but Onkill is going to take Igneous down. He's going to instantly confirm that elimination just because he wants to do it at this point. He don't want to get that point losing up. They need as much points as they can possibly get for themselves. But Ajaya closing in now with this. Mystic, MTD, Twisted. The chances are slim. The chances are getting slim of your survival, but it's still not doing. You still have a perfect chance of surviving. But there we go. Ajaya taking the Mystic Y10 down, but instantly Onkill is going to take Ajaya down too. But Onkill, are you going to be able to get that confirmation? The grenade went towards that car, towards that supercar, the Lamborghini, not the Lamborghini, the F1, Formula 1, but not the confirmation. The confirmations are not happening. Come on, you can do it. LHC in the meanwhile gets eliminated. The grenade made its connection. MTD Twisted 4 is out of the match, and successfully T2K has managed to save Jaya as well.
Okay, that was a pretty cool exchange coming from Mystic and, of course, T2K. Mystic, even though they lost the fight, they did not make it easy for T2K to just eliminate them just like that. You know, they came down, but they took, I believe, one player from T2K. That would be Igneous with a hit-and-run situation just moments ago. But still, that was quite a good run coming from Mystic. Anyway, getting back into action here, it's NEPX once again on the screen, this time versus RC32 Esports. And, okay, meanwhile, getting back into where T2K was just moments ago, they're now going up against Syndicate. Okay, I believe, T2K didn't even have a chance to lick their wounds, and now they're getting challenged by another team here. So I'm pretty sure T2K is paying for this exchange. 3 of them already out of the game, but HAINA Esports would love to give Syndicate a taste of their own medicine. It's just that Nahe, right here from Syndicate, was able to dance it off up against HAINA, was able to pull off a successful kill up against HAINA, and now they're about to emerge victorious from yet another clash here at stage 4 in Erangel.
I am so amazed on the fact that there are still 12 teams. This is the stage number 5 that's about to occur in 30 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. And let me tell you, this is going to be one heck of a bloodbath for all of these teams. There is the team Sin, there is the team T2K, Syndicate trying their level best to cement themselves into a decent position, but that ridge can only give you so much cover. RC32 is going to take down NEPX, and oh my god, NEPX! Come on, just a single elimination, and they got fully finished off on the hashtag number 12. Not even a single position point that they're going to be able to get and secure for themselves, but there we go. You can see the team Syndicate, you can see the team HAINA Esports getting eliminated. In the meanwhile, the top 2 contenders in the overall ranking, they have been taken away. DRS, this is your perfect opportunity. This is your perfect chance of securing this game. Get that top position for your own self. DRS has the best opportunity. Team RG Royal GURKHAS also has the best opportunity as well right now to at least secure those 50 points for themselves. I'd say T2K also is somewhat in the similar situation. Any team that is above 35 points, if they can manage to secure that chicken dinner for themselves, that is an instant number 1 top position.
Whew. Okay, 10 teams remaining here at stage number 5 with 2 minutes and a half before we move into the next stage here, ladies and gents. T2K, although they were able to put up 4 elimination points in their pockets. Unfortunately, Tudulov, Ajaya, Ignews all out of the game here. But of course, it's all up to OG here to make a difference for the team and still make it happen. Looking at DRS, 1 point in the bag, courtesy of Delta. They are pretty surrounded by teams here, and potentially they could score more points given a very good vantage point compared to the rest. Again, it all boils down to how good the execution will be coming from the real soldiers. I mean, this is their first game in day number 2, so there's a need for them to kind of pick up the pace or like really step up for today's set of matches just to of course remain one of the best teams to look out for in PMNC. Now looking at the situation for KOM, 5 points in the bag. This is not the best of spots, I can say, because they need to worry about not just one team, but I guess another team coming from coming from their left side.
What can I say? DRS. They have secured their position. You can look at them right here on the hashtag number 2 with the 2 eliminations into their name, 45 total points. SHREEPECH Esports, they're looking at Team LOD. They're looking at the other teams as well. But you know what they need to do? They need to get themselves in the circle as soon as possible, because if they don't, it's going to be a really hard-hitting factor that the rest of the teams are going to take you down. T2K, the 5 elimination, the hashtag number 9. You're not going to get that positioning point even at this position. Come on! Even after all that survival, you're still not going to be able to get a single survival point for yourself. But here we go, 17 players, 8 total teams. SHREEPECH, AEROMACY, Team SYN, Team NRC. They are the one with the solo players whatsoever. So we have 4 teams, a solo, then we have LOD with the duo, RC32 with a trio, and last but not the least, it is DRS and KOM with a full man squad. But SHREEPECH Esports, they get finished up. This is the time. AST, Team LOD, you have to take that like aggression in your own hand. RC32 taking 1 player of the LOC down. LOC coming in with the grenades, with the throwables, and every utility that they can possibly dump upon their players, upon their enemies. Oh my god, the 1897 made a connection, did a good chunk of damage on the players, but now he's missing. He's going to take the player down with the M416, but from the backside, the players are going to rush up upon him. RC32, a perfect combination of the game and the teamwork going around. But the grenades, come on, grenades, a little bit further. You can do it, but that's the Molotov. Oh my goodness, this is a good one. Oh no, Asma could have been knocked out with that Molotov, but no, just barely survived. KOM got finished up, and LOD, as soon as they're going to get off this car, they're going to be taken down.
Intensity is already on another level here, understandably so, because we're already at stage 6 here, ladies and gents, with only 6 teams remaining. This is not only going to be a 2-way battle, because there's 2 more teams that would love to join into the mix here. They're just really waiting for the right opportunity, and DRS Gaming. So this is the situation right now. NEPX have already been eliminated from this match, so if they perform really good, there's a big chance that DRS can already dethrone NEPX at the top spot. But of course, we still need for this match to be concluded, and that's the only time we can say if DRS was able to dethrone or take out NEPX from the number 1 spot. Now we still got Syndicate over here with 2 elimination points. He has his eyes up against DRS. Now he's moving away. He was able to remain evasive or elusive coming from DRS with those nades, but then again, another team has just been taken out of the equation, and now we're looking at the 5 teams remaining here. DRS remains to be strong because they do have a high ground advantage, and they're making it rain bullets up against AEROMACY.
They are making it rain. Team AEROMACY, but AEROMACY, the last guy, the only person that is right now surviving, trying to like stay alive into the top 3, trying to make his way. The main question still remains, will he be able to get it done or not? So far, no more utilities. This guy has no utilities whatsoever, no healing whatsoever as well. But RC32, let's see, classy, with 303 bullets. The level 3 vest is almost fully depleted out. A single shot and it's going to be over for that level 3 vest. But if you're talking about PD Sama, let's see if he's going to look at the team LODs and NEXUS Kiddo. But what I want to see is I want to look at the team DRS's position. I want to know how they're aggressing upon all these teams just like that. We and RC got eliminated by the team DRS. Right at this point, we are down to the top 4 teams, ladies and gentlemen. A solo player for the team AEROMACY, solo for the team LOD as well. But in the main midst of all of this chaos, you can see the DRS not only away, like taking a certain distance against their own self, but judging from the fact that how confident they are, they're making it work out for themselves. That's the elimination to elimination. This is the 3 versus 4 scenario now finally coming in. Classy, 7 more grenades in his hand. Let's see if he's gonna throw it up, if he's gonna be able to get a knockdown onto his players. You need to know in fact Ninja, that you cannot get the player out of that hovercraft. The grenade went over there. PD Sama is gonna get taken down, and from this point onward, it is the Ninja, it is the Classy, the only 2 guys that are remaining from the side of RC32, the only hope. But this first grenade is gonna go. It might have taken down Sama, but no, it did not. Killer YT, once again, try again. Second grenade, no connection. But this grenade, the grenade from RC32, could have been detrimental on the DRS's side. This is the second time the grenade went this close on this player.
Top 2 performing teams are now going head-to-head. DRS remain to be strong. Killer YT pretty accurate with those nade shots, and DRS Gaming playing all of their cards right and just really dictating the pace of this final matcher up against RC32. This is going to be the end game, and of course we are waiting to see if DRS can pull up a chicken dinner. Right now, RC32 not making it easy for DRS to eliminate them. They continue to throw a lot of nades up against Killer YT, but they don't know that Example and Giante already going off angle here, looking for the right opening shot to put them down 1 by 1.
They are trying. And as soon as RC is gonna move out of this ridge side, it's gonna be over. Just look at Example. He's gonna take 1 down. Classy is fully finished up. Killer YT, this is the opportunity. Go. The hovercraft is there as well. And right with this. There we go. Giante. He's gonna get the players out. And in a single instance, that is the chicken dinner for the side of DRS. Amazing job done by these guys. Amazing job done from all of these players. DRS with the winner chicken dinner. Now they're gonna be on the hashtag #1 from this point onward.
Ooh, I love the final few zones that we've seen so far. What an amazing gameplay coming from the Real Soldiers, and we did talk about this just a while ago. If DRS can actually pull off a great win from this match, then there's a big chance that they can actually take down NEPX Esports from the top spot. And again, this was an amazing, outstanding gameplay, phenomenal performance coming from the Real Soldiers. Delta with 3, Example with 4. We've got Killer YT with amazing nade, putting down some of the players coming from the opposition, and then there's Giante shutting down 2 more points for the team. And we did see that for the final 5 teams remaining just moments ago, DRS actually picked them off 1 by 1, setting a great numbers onto the scoreboard here. So this is by far their best moment yet, and we do expect a lot more action coming from the Real Soldiers.
You're talking about the Real Soldiers. Of course they're gonna prove are really good at performing matches from the day #2 onward. You usually see them that they take the first day as a testing water, and they make their comeback from the day #2 onwards. But right now, this is a domination that did its very best. They did their very best game of the day number 1 and the day number 2 so far combined. And with this, now looking at the highlights, you can see the best moment. Even though there was the stage number 3, we had 15 teams alive. Hang from KOM, they got some decent number of knocks too, but not the eliminations, because the total point, they did not have that much point for themselves. But as we move into the stage number 4, the number depleted, the total team numbers depleted, the fight actually ensued more and more and more. The zone shifts from the water side all the way to the land. It kind of gave edge to majority of the teams. Imagine if it had been into the water till the very end, how good it could have been, how amazing it could have been for the teams to like take the fight in the water out of their own like hard-hitting terrains.
Okay, so this is going to be exciting. Again, what an explosive gameplay from NEPX Esports, fresh off of the PMGO. Day number 1 of PMNC. You know, they were really at the top here. They dominated day number 1, but this is kind of a different gameplay we are seeing coming from NEPX, and of course they need to step it up a bit if they would want to, again, don't want to lose the top spot to any of the teams that's also participating in this tournament. Now, looking at the most valuable player of the match here after match number 2, it is example of DRS with an amazing 70.83% shot on to the body here. And again, if you didn't miss, all of the action just happened during the last few zones. It was amazing how they were able to pull off a great zone control, how they were able to really dictate the tempo of the game here. They have a great vantage point, and they play their cards out right. They've been patient, and they just actually let the teams come to them rather than them playing the offense. So again, it was an overall great tactics coming from Real soldiers, and I'm pretty interested at how far they can pull off this kind of high-level game up until the end this evening.
That is true. It is just a matter of factor of how well the DRS can actually cement themselves from this point onward into the game and get the back-to-back points for themselves. 55 eliminations in the match summary, the total of 7,700 healings, 50 knockouts, 14 headshots, 1 airdrop, 238 throwables used in the full match, only 10 revives. This is not a lot of numbers compared to the Erangel. If we are talking about Erangel, I'm at least expecting 20-25 revivals whatsoever. The longest elimination is of 382 meters, but here we go. The match ranking is on our screen. DRS, the Chicken Takers, gonna get 19 points for themselves. There's the team RC32, 14 points. LOD NEXUS with 8. Rivalries this time around with 7 points. KOM with the 6, Breach with 6, VENRC with a 5 alongside of the team at T2K Esports as well. And this was the first chart, the first half contenders of the match number 2. Going on the hashtag number 9 onward, we can see HAINA Esports with 5, 4 for Syndicate, OPZ, Royal GURKHAS, and MTD Twisted 4 only managed to secure 2 points. NEPX and JUTTI only managed to secure 1 point each for themselves. And LHC Esports, they were the first one to get eliminated. But NEPX, my main question is still there, that what has happened to these guys? After the first day of domination, the hashtag number 1 position for themselves, this match, they've been taken away from that number 1 position. Now DRS is going to be that team that will sit on that throne of the hashtag number 1.
Yeah, exactly. We don't exactly understand what is happening or what is going on with NEPX at the moment, but this performance that we're seeing from them at the moment is not really how they usually play the games here. So again, ladies and gents, we are just talking about the teams that are currently dominating the tournaments. Of course, we do wonder if NEPX can maybe flip the script, because DRS is kind of stepping up their gameplay for now. And it's just so amazing because there's also a lot of teams showing up for today's set of matches, which is outstanding. Although they haven't scored a chicken dinner just yet, but I do love the fact that Royal Dragons was able to secure the first chicken here for day number 2. So again, what an aggressive gameplay. And not just that, SPE as well. Even if they weren't able to get the chicken dinner just yet, by the number of elimination points that they're able to score for the team is already a valiant effort, you know. And I do wonder if there are going to be any more teams that would step on the gas here and kind of up their energy to secure a lot of elimination points as well, just to make sure that they improve their overall status in the rankings. That could be an interesting feat for each and every one of us. And I know, you know, this lobby is pretty much dominated by a lot of Nepali teams, but it's good to see that, you know, teams such as Mystic over here is also doing their best, kind of racking up a lot of points for their team as well, just raising up the Bhutanese flag and to make sure that they are very well represented. But more of that action, ladies and gents, please don't go away. PMNC South Asia playoffs will be right back after this short break.
Total draw crate. The higher the crate's quality, the more valuable its rewards. Get tons of material rewards with a single 10 draw. Most importantly, when opening crates, priority is given to items you don't already own, so you don't need to worry about getting something you've already drawn. Just have fun drawing rewards. It's super easy to get your desired items. Doesn't that sound amazing? What are you waiting for? Event period, April 18th, 2025 through May 15th, 2025. Join the Selection Lucky Spin event now.
Rondo is here. Are you overwhelmed by all it has to offer? In this video, we'll be going over one of its unique features. Rondo is much larger compared to other maps, and it has features that other maps don't have. For example, in Erangel, throwing a frag grenade won't destroy the terrain, yet in Rondo, doing the same thing blasts a hole in the ground. Other than frag grenades, you can also destroy terrain with pickaxes and vehicle explosions. They each shape the terrain at different speeds. Frag grenades are the quickest. Just toss it and let it explode. Vehicle explosions are next, which also leave behind wreckage that provides cover. Pickaxes are slowest. It takes a lot of swings to dig a pit. All three methods let you create a temporary shelter to hide in, which gives you a greater chance at survival. When you're in trouble, you can rest at the cover you created. Note that in Rondo, only the ground can be terraformed. Buildings, water, and cement are indestructible. During combat, you can create a hiding space for yourself and wait for enemies to come close to catch them unawares. If you're in an open area with minimal cover, try using a smoke grenade first to obstruct your enemy's vision, then create a temporary shelter in the ground with a frag grenade before attacking. With a vehicle, you can exit it and attack it from a distance. After it explodes, use the terraformed ground and remaining wreckage to go after your enemies or rest. Head to Rondo now to experiment with this new feature.
Let it
Great news! The Selection Lucky Spin has been completely reworked. Pick your own rewards. Enjoy massive discounts. Select total draw rewards. Increase your chances of drawing your desired items. Come take a look. Tap here and choose Selection Lucky Spin to go to the event page. This Lucky Spin event introduces a completely new draw experience. Choose items according to your preferences.
All right, everyone, welcome back. It's Red Quinn here, joined by the one and only Torix, and we are getting ready to dive into the action. So let's talk about the last match on Erangel. So DRS Gaming really stepped up and showed us why they're one of the most respected teams in the region. You know, that chicken dinner wasn't just about the points, it was a statement, Torix. And what were your thoughts on their performance?
First of all, thank you so much for the wonderful welcome that you have done once again. You don't fail to amaze me. And instantly after, ladies and gentlemen, this is one thing that I will tell you about Andy. The instant she, introduce you, she hits you with the biggest question of them all. And this time around, it is the question against the DRS. And DRS, game-wise, they are making a comeback. Yes, this is what I can totally say for sure, but oh my god. DRS with the Erangel, for a second, I thought we were going into the game for some reason, and I was excited for that, but no, we're actually going to the match schedule. Back to the question, back to the answering your question. DRS, the way that they actually made a comeback in this match, they got the chicken with the 14 points total. That was 19 points, in fact, total. Not only they have cemented themselves into the overall ranking hashtag #1, but now from this point onward, all they have to do is go full throttle. I do believe so that day number 2 is for the DRS to go full throttle, and for all of the teams, in fact, not only just them, because after the day number 2, after you're done with the halfway point, you start to try to hold your position down, your overall ranking down. Okay, you need this much points. We play on the fact that, okay, we're playing it safe till we get this many points, then we're gonna go for the aggression. But right now you have the opportunity going for the clash drops, going for the fights that can potentially help you get all those elimination, help you climb up that ladder on the overall ranking. But here we go. We have the group distribution this time. A, B, D, and E is going to be playing. OPZ, MID Twisted for Royal GURKHAS and HAINA Esports. They are not playing. Royal Dragons for Death Machines. WEE2S and RLX is once again coming back for this Miramar. Alongside of T2K SHREEPECH, the group A and B, the AEROMACY and NEPX is definitely there. But DRS, they still have a chance to get the lead even higher than they already have done.
So let me just get this right. So Group C will not be playing for this round, so that means OPZ Sports, Royal GURKHAS, MTD Twisted 4, and HAINA Esports will take a seat for now, right? So MTD Twisted, they are also known as Mystic Destiny. Am I right? Yes, they're also known as Mystic Destiny. So this team is from the land or the kingdom of Bhutan. So just to give you guys a quick background about Mystic Destiny over here. So they are an emerging esports team from Bhutan, and while they may not have a long list of international accolades just yet, the very fact that their participation here in the regional tournaments definitely highlights the growing esports scene from Bhutan as well. And I do love having them here, as well as of course a NEXUS Vanguard, who have been who's currently placed at number 9, if I'm not mistaken, in the overall ranking. So I just know that both of the teams that we just mentioned represent great passion and potential of Bhutanese esports players. They're up against some of the big names, prominent names in Nepal. So I am curious to see how well of a performance both of the teams that we just mentioned after PMNC. That's going to be one of the things that I will definitely look forward to.
Yeah, this is just the start of the game. We cannot assume how the teams might take the fight, might engage against one another. But it is Miramar, yes. So Miramar can definitely either give you the opportunity to take the fight or move so much further away that you're not going to take the fight unless it's stage number 4, 5, or even sometimes stage number 6. But here we go. After the plane line, the circle is going to form up on towards somewhat the northern side, but hardly on the western. Monte Nuevo, the El Pozo, the La Cobreria, these are the areas that is on the western side of the circle and inside the safe zone so far. But talking about the Monte Nuevo's angle, we can see the 2 teams over there. Look at Los Leones. There's 2 teams into the proximity of the Los Leones as well, alongside some teams like RLX and RC32 just around the perimeters of the areas. If they want to, they can just try to check out the areas. If there is anyone scouted out, then make your next move, whether you want to go inside the city or not.
I think there are at least 4 teams here in Los Leones, so there's a party that we're not invited to, Torix. But okay, La Bendita, it's TM7 and T2K. That's pretty close to one another, but given the situation, you know, the situation or like the past day, right? Day number 1 and even day number 2. Most of the teams that we see so far are not having a lot of drop clashes. It's like they're avoiding all conflicts during the first few zones here and just making sure that they get to the last few zones of every match. But it's a different story right now we're seeing from T2K because OG, I believe, was able to shut down a player using an M249 coming off the kill feed there. So I believe they've taken out one member of TM7. So again, that fight probably happened around La Bendita.
That sure did. That sure did. But I am so amazed on the fact that from all the way up to the 40 points, DRS jumped up to 62 points. Somewhere within the 40 points they were in the previous match. And now it's 62. That's a lot of big jump. NEPX, T2K, you guys have to like play it so good in this match if you want to like have at least the number 2 position or the number 1 position back for yourself. And judging from the fact on how these 2 teams have played into the previous 2 matches, I don't think that's going to be quite an easy task for these guys. LHC Esports, Madboy91, you can see him kind of far away from his team so far. And so somewhat now what we're looking at is the fact that all of these teams, after the first initial blood that happened, this is a stalemate of a game. The teams are not that much close. The teams are not going for that kind of an aggressive fight, and Miramar is actually showing its true colors for all the teams. But one thing that every single team in fact need to know is the fact that you need to have the car. It's not whether you have it or not, it's a must in this map.
Definitely. Oh man, NEPX Esports again, they've had a rough start today. Another early exit in a wrangle, no points on the board this time. It's surprising considering the momentum they carried from PMGO and their strong day number 1 performance. Do you think this is just like an off day for them, or are they struggling to adapt to the pressure here? Because I feel like the storylines are really starting to take shape here. DRS climbing the leaderboard, NEPX need to find their footing. The mid-table teams have a golden opportunity, of course, to capitalize. I mean, anything can happen at this stage, and we are here for all the twists and turns, so you guys need to stick around because the best is yet to come.
The best is yet to come. The fact is, the fight that even tries to happen, it kind of gets stopped. And this is the Miramar. Majority of the time when we talk about the Miramar, the fight is one thing we call that it's not going to happen. But once again, look at this. I say something and the exact opposite actually occurs, and this time around DRS is actually going to lose one of their player. Master Zerdy now on the hit line, on the hit list of the DRS. They are actually hungry for blood. They want to avenge their team member so badly. Look at them. Killer YT now HAINA moving away. Okay, wait a second. I think he gave the call out that, okay, you guys need to move away, set up a new perimeter, take a different approach, take a different angle, and then take the fight once again. But look at Royal Dragon. They are super cautious in this area. Here we go.
Oh.
They want to make sure that the player that we have taken, they know what DRS is actually capable of and how they react to their players being taken off.
You're definitely right. You know, Royal Dragons Esports is an absolute rising force in the esports scene as well. You know, I guess, you know, with the right determination, their journey is about to unfold as well. They've been making waves in a lot of regional tournaments, showcasing their potential and skill. I believe their participation in the PUBG Mobile Himalayan Clash and Ruthless Pro series has definitely earned them recognition as one of the teams to watch. So the way that they were able to deal with the DRS, getting the point done here is, it only goes to show that they are not afraid to get into any battles from the PMNC. They're also kind of hungry and famished even to prove themselves, and I would love to see more action coming from Royal Dragons. And speaking of actions, it's DRS once again having a conflict somewhere, settling a score up against another team from another part here in Miramar. It's just that perhaps, you know, the distance is a bit great to finish that player off. So whoever they knocked down, I believe that team will have a time, you know, for them to kind of do a reset here or even pick up their teammate. If I'm not mistaken, that player was from TM7 once again, because looking at the situation here, Torix, they already have 2 casualties at initial onset, so this could be hard.
This not only could be hard, but this is actually going to be hard for them. It's not a matter of fact that you've lost your players. You have kind of like put your complete team in crutches at this point. You're at this early stage, getting your players eliminated is the worst thing that can actually happen to you. But oh my god, what is this circle? What is this radius? Why is it so small at this point? And why are there so many teams still alive in this map? Just look at that. There is no way in whatever can anyone say that these 16 teams can get in the circle safe and sound. There's bound to be some fights. You can see the T2K versus the Team RLX close to the proximity. There is the T2K Ajaya getting that first knockdown connected on the Team RLX. Now it's time for that aggression side. Igneous with the buggy pushing on, but Thabs can be that crucial player that can stop the full momentum of the T2K. But T2K is going to stop in the midway. He's going to actually finish his elimination. There we go. That's the second elimination that the T2K wanted. And now with the 41 total points and 2 more elimination points to their name, they are trying to cement themselves back into the hashtag number 2 position.
Yeah, the zone might be shrinking, but I'm pretty sure since we're playing in Miramar, we still got a lot of the space to still go, you know, for all the teams here. And the fact that we still have 16 teams playing in the game, oh, it's gonna be an amazing a battle, that is for sure, because it is going to get crowded eventually, and the teams are going to be forced to deal with one another. We've seen quite a number of trade-offs already happen. I mean, TM7, we just mentioned this, that they've already lost 2 of their players for death machines as well, with 1 casualty. And JUTTI, everyone seems to have received quite injury or like damage, but I'm pretty sure they will also have a chance here to pick themselves up and maybe heal up. A DRS example with a Mini 14, if I'm not mistaken, was able to take down another player, but NEPX Esports, okay, back into the action here. Mukesh right now is doing a little bit of a tap and fire up against someone there, but still couldn't hit his target just yet. And this is already the 3rd match this evening, Torix, and I do wonder if a NEPX will be able to sustain that high level performance we were talking about just a while ago?
I mean, NEPX has to do something because they've just been denied their hashtag #1 position from the overall ranking. And there should be some blood boiling towards these teams. They will be trying some new strategies. Maybe going for that aggressive stance right now might help you, like it helped you yesterday. But look at KOM versus the WETM7. They're right next to the proximity. On the southern side, you can see the RLX, C2K, R3, RC32 that can potentially get into the fight. So all these engagements that can potentially happen. This is the stage 3 for you, ladies and gentlemen. RC32 Classy gets taken down. Stella gets taken down on the other side. DRS ready for that aggression, but misses majority of their shots. But the retaliation did a lot of damage on Killer YT. And Killer YT, you need to make sure that you use bandages right now, not the first aid kit. You don't have that much of the first aid kit that you can safely use it up. So make sure you heal bit by bit, because they can't reach you, but you most certainly can reach them no matter how you look at it. What?
And this is what makes Miramar very exciting, Torx, is the fact that, okay, you need to climb up those mountain ranges, right? You need to be at the top to get a very good view, to get a good vantage point. But then again, you need to be able to manage your resources. Right. And if you run out of ammo and you're at the top, it could be detrimental. It could be catastrophic as well, even for the rest of the team to just get down and get more resources. I mean, what are you going to do with having a great vantage point if you don't have any bullets with you, right? So that's one of the things these teams need to also take into consideration. And sometimes, even if you are at the top, even if you have a great vantage point, if the zone does not favor you, then that high ground advantage can also be a double-edged sword, which I'm pretty sure we are going to see happen in just a few more moments. But I do love what I'm seeing here. The fact that we are already at stage 3 and we still got 16 teams, and no team has been eliminated just yet. Yes, they have been losing some members, but everyone is still here alive and kicking, and of course fighting for glory and a shot at that chicken dinner. JUTTI squad, they are at the edge of the circle here, just making sure that it's going to be safe for them to move forward. But I believe there's another team lurking very near them, monitoring the situation, and perhaps they're just waiting for that right opportune moment to take a shot or take a swing at them. As for T2K, I'm not sure if they know. Okay, they already know that there's a player right here, and that is not a great walk-in, ladies and gentlemen. T2K fell into a trap here, costing Igneous his life, and as well as Jaya. And just like that, T2K now down to 2 players. And I don't know what T2K is going to do in this situation, but Toodle Love is still trying to make it happen. He pulls out his M416, but he needs to go down for a while because he needs those ammos. He needs those resources, just of course to make sure that he will survive this fight.
Survivability. You needed that, but T2K, no. After those 4 juicy eliminations, they got finished up. This is not gonna look good. The chance that they had to secure that hashtag #2 position, because the way that they were aggressing upon on the teams, it was great. It was amazing. But now the hopes have been crushed. You need to wait for the next match. That is once again, let me tell you, Andy, the next match is once again of Sanhok. So the teams definitely will be going for some aggression, but Killer YT is going to take 1 player down instantly on the confirmation. KOM is going to lose the player. That's right now down to the 3 that they are. The aggression from DRS is not stopping up. 65 total points so far, and 3 eliminations to their name. The total, in fact, those 3 eliminations combine it to the 65 total points. But here we go. Killer again trying to find some players up. Loco, can you my question is, can Killer even spot Loco at this point? Because if he does, that's an instant free elimination waiting for this guy.
You know what, DRS Gaming is not just they're not displaying full just full aggression. They are showing everyone how much of an experienced team they are when it comes to international lobbies. And right now, again, they're maximizing everything that they can do from that vantage point, collecting a lot of elimination points. And right now,
Come
judging the
on.
situation given the circumstances, I mean, they are just making it rain bullets right here up against KOM, and all they need to do is just follow through and execute the plan right. And they now have 5 elimination points at stage 4, and they're looking to get some more.
They are looking to get some more, but 14 teams in stage number 4 is still alive. RC32, look at that, taking the fight against the team of VE, and instantly a team number decreases. Team Syndicate is also losing their players now down to the very last guy. The thing is not looking good for them. But AST, AEROMACY, yesterday's biggest fraggers right now on the hashtag number 4, trying to cement their way, trying to build their way back into the top 3. We do have to see how they're going to be able to do that, because right now they're up against a team on the backside. In fact, there's 2 teams right in front of them outside of the play zone, outside of the safe zone. So if they want to, if they have the chance, they can take down both of them, take the points from all of those teams and combine it to their name. Trix gets Bogby gets a finisher. Rolex also gets eliminated by Zeo. That's 2 elimination for the side of AST More. A total of 4 points that they have secured.
That was a nasty shot coming from AEROMACY. Trix was an absolute hero right there from that exchange. I mean, to be fair, he does have quite an advantage up against the opponent, so it was an easy kill for Trix right there. Another win for AEROMACY. Now, moments ago, we were looking at 16 teams, and now we're down to just 12 teams remaining. T2K already out of the game here. And just a little fun fact for everyone. T2K Rig is playing, right? And just to let you know that Rig also played for Harame Bros. So I don't know if you are familiar with Harame Bros, but they are one's a champion for the this PUBG Mobile Challengers League Southeast Asia Fall of 2024, and they also played at PMGC, of course, of 2024, and it was a great run, you know, having Rig in Harame Bros, and now seeing Rig play for T2K, man, all I wanted to maybe see from Rig is how he can help the rest of T2K climb up to the top of the ranks here. But anyway, getting back into LOD over here, they're trying to, of course, still pull off a great maneuver just to make sure they get to the latter stages of the game here, as well as the other teams remaining. We've got NRC on the screen doing a massive spray as well up against the JUTTI, but can't hit his target just yet.
Right now, the way that everyone is so congested upon in the single areas and the safe zone, the fight is bound to happen. The main question is who is prepared to take the fight, and from what I can see so far, VENRC is definitely prepared. The way that they have got 3 knockdowns so far done against the 4 death machines, the single grenade can be that potential threat to take the full team down, but he is going to miss that grenade. He's not going to be able to get that grenade connected upon on the players. 4 death machine is going to go back onto their players' feet. You can see all the 3 players kind of being revved, but Killmonger, heal yourself as soon as possible. Thabs in the meanwhile is going to take through 3 players down. NEPX, no, come on. Again, the situation could have been detrimental, but there we have it. NEPX survived. They made sure that they are not the one right now at this point that's going to be taken out. It's not that easy to take NEPX down, but there we go. The grenade, it's going to hit Aditya. You have the opportunity. Utilize it. You have already knocked the player down. Get that revival done as soon as possible. Go for the fight, but make sure that you have your eyes on the backside too, because the shots are definitely coming from the backside as well. So whereas you're kind of sandwiched, this is the opportunity. Either smoke and run away from the position, get yourself in a better location, then take the fight, or try your luck at this exact angle.
And again, that was a very good clutch coming from Domain of NEPX. He was the one who was able to save the team, and now we will definitely see NEPX have a shot at the chicken dinner. And right now we're looking at 4 death machines, ladies and gents, going up against VE over here. Aditya going in for the charge with his shotgun. Unfortunately, Killmonger was taken down. Aditya is also the last hope for 4 death machines, and unfortunately, though, they didn't make it from the clash. They got sent back to the lobby here, but we'll definitely see them in the next rounds to come. As for Tribe AEROMACY, ladies and gents, 5 in the bag. And just look at the situation here. They do have 2 teams right in front of them, so potentially scoring at least 8 points if they can successfully pick off the players one by one. And here we go, the action that we were talking about coming from a Tribe AEROMACY. 2 down, 1 more to go for the side of the opposition. Zayo pretty low in HP. He needs to back away just a bit. He needs to make sure that he heal up so he can help Rig here in this situation. Wait just a minute. So Tribe AEROMACY also has a player that's named the Rig?
You just realized that? Rig has been into the Tribe AEROMACY. I've seen this name for quite some time now. I'm just amazed that you just noticed this right now, but RC32 versus Tribe AEROMACY. There we go. The grenades is definitely going to hit the mark. RC32 out of the match, but why did they got eliminated by DRS? This is my question. Even though I did saw them getting eliminated by the Tribe AEROMACY, 8 elimination, 46 total points. NEPX is also not backing down, 50 total points to their name, but DRS with the complete domination, 67 points to their name. This is one big difference that DRS has created, and it's gonna take some while. It's gonna take some time for the rest of the teams to like actually catch up to this thing. DRS, as long as they're alive till the very end, that difference of a point, it's not gonna come down anytime soon.
I mean, it's a good thing that we're seeing Tribe AEROMACY kind of step it up, because, again, we're looking for that kind of energy we saw from them during day number 1. And now, looking at the situation, they were able to score 8 points, so it is a good run for them for this match. Anyway, getting back at the JUTTI squad here, ladies and gentlemen, another hit-and-run situation, and just like that, Royal Dragons was able to take them out of the equation, which brings us down to just 7 teams remaining here, ladies and gents. And Royal Dragon, it is now time for them to step in. They were able to score the first chicken dinner from today's set of matches. Let's see if they can get another one from this round. LOD Nexus, ladies and gents, haven't put out any score just yet, but chill out because we still got 7 teams remaining, and they're gonna go after Tribe AEROMACY and DRS as well, which is kind of hard considering that they are one of the prominent names in Nepal.
That is true, and Royal Dragons now pushing forward to the VENRC. Look at those Molotov, look at all those throwables that can potentially harm the player, but the single grenade could have been detrimental. Just look at how well RD was synchronized on that grenade running away. The moment that they saw the grenade come their way, both of them went right back into the safe side. But they're not only fighting against the team VE at this point, they're also fighting against the team NEPX. And my question is, at this point, is why is not NEPX looking at the VENRC? They have the opportunity to easily spot the players down, easily take them out of this equation, and sorry for that, get themselves into a really good top 6 at least position. But
man.
RD, that single grenade is the demise for another LAC team.
And this is such a good show we're looking at right now. The fact that DRS, NEPX, and Tribe AEROMACY still in the mix here, and Tribe AEROMACY seems to be in the mood to collect a lot of elimination points. They are now at 11. That is a strong performance coming from Tribe AEROMACY, pretty much just like what we seen during day number 1, and this is going to be amazing. Now, Venom remaining to be venomous in this situation, bagging most of the kills for Tribe, and now
Oh my
Rig
God,
is doing
Quill.
some wonders as well, coming from Tribe. So again, this keeps on getting better and better. DRS Gaming still trying to put up some numbers. NEPX down to their 2 players, but they did catch up with those points. I mean, they're now at 6 points. But we cannot deny the power coming from Tribe AEROMACY at the moment, though the big question is if DRS can survive this clash, this conflict, this altercation up against Royal Dragon.
It's going to determine a lot of things, that if someone is going to be trying to take them out of the equation or not, because getting eliminated here on 7 points, the gap will decrease. The gap is definitely going to decrease if you manage to do that. But Tribe AEROMACY, NEPX, the top 3. Oh no, NEPX, AST, and alongside of DRS, all the 3 from the top 3 of the leaderboard. They are fighting, they're getting engaged, and RD, you have the perfect opportunity amongst all of this fight to get the most of everything. The Molotov is there, Killer YT is gonna get finished off, RD Suba, that's the elimination that you're gonna have. The grenades coming, but no connection. The grenade actually blew up a little bit to the backside. Master Zerti, this grenade could have been detrimental only and only if it had been cooked. Not just, it had been slightly less cooked right there.
Oh, no.
I'm amazed how Gyante surviving all the circle of the teams. This hellhole, I'm gonna call it, because you can get shot, you can get fired from all the different angles, and there we have it. Suba getting Gyante out. It is DRS that has been eliminated.
Out of the 16 teams just a while ago, we're now looking at the final 3 teams remaining, looking to score that chicken dinner. Everyone is definitely going crazy up in here. NEPX Esports again down to their 2 players, now challenging up the boys of Tribe AEROMACY. Obviously, they're at a deficit here, they're at a disadvantage, but let's see if they got some magic trick to show us. Going up against Tribe, it's a 4v2 situation. There's also Royal Dragon into the mix as well, so this is an amazing 3-way battle happening at stage number 8. And in just a few more seconds, Storix, stage 9 will come in hot, and we will definitely run out of space because the Blue Ripper also would want to collect some souls.
Oh, yes, they want some souls at this point. Tribe AEROMACY, 4-man standing. NEPX, a duo, and RD with the trio. It is basically 2 versus 3 versus 4 going on. The situation is intensifying. The teams, they're intensifying from this point onward. Claw finally managed to get his hand on that P90. Right with this, he has the opportunity to get the players down. The P90 is one of the gun that you can use on the long range, close range, everywhere. It is a vast multi-use gun from this point onward. You can utilize this just like the MV3 that we saw in the original map being utilized to take the players down, but it didn't help that much. Right now you have the opportunity to prove the players are wrong, but AST Venom is going to take and NEPX down right with this. The knockout is going to be stolen away. No, try there. You're trying your best to get as much eliminations as possible, but you're not able to get them just because of the fact that they're getting stolen away from you. NEPX is gonna get finished off. A Claw finally using that P90 to take down Trix. Trix has been finally fully finished off. It is a 2 versus 3 scenario. 14 elimination for Tribe AEROMACY. Use this car. Use the car to get the player out of the equation, but Rick super low that HP. The player's coming in. No, this is not something you should have done, and in an instant, Tribe AEROMACY gets eliminated by Royal Dragons. This is a chicken dinner coming in for the Royal Dragons. Even though they were on a disadvantage, they did not take that many fights, but they cemented themselves into the best position possible.
Hey, whatever formula is working out for the team, then that's why you gotta stick on. And Royal Dragons just scored their second chicken dinner of the night up against Tribe AEROMACY, which is, of course, one of the top performing teams for this round. And again, I feel like they keep on getting denied those WWCDs after really performing at such a professional level here, ending the game, finishing off strong with a double-digit score. But Royal Dragon, very good execution, on point with those nades, on point with their massive counter up against not just Tribe AEROMACY, but of course another team who was also there, which is of course NEPX. Kaylaw or Claw with 4 elimination points in his name, Master Zerdy with 5, Frag with 1, Soba with 2. Everyone contributed to those number of points that we're able to put up on the board. And this is such a great thing to see. Day number 2 of the PMNC is Royal Dragons a day. So probably they're saying, burn, baby, burn. Dracaris to everyone.
They are actually saying everyone to like burn. Tribe AEROMACY, the way that they have secured those number of eliminations, I have to commend to them. They are back in this game. They are back in business in the day number 2, right from the second half phase of the game. But I have to give it to Royal Dragons. Getting back to back those chicken dinners in a single day, those 2 chicken dinners, it's definitely going to help you a lot, cementing yourself into a good, decent hashtag like overall position. Even VENRC, they tried their really best to get those eliminations. We saw them like getting some eliminations. RLX, where NEPX actually managed to clutch it off. Mini got the 1 versus 1 connected. Doom and RC closes in, get the shot connected, and all those crucial close range fights. And judging from the fact that every fight was happening into the close range, there was always someone into the backside bound to like poke the other team with the shots, with the tap fires.
That's definitely true, and I do love the fact that there are other teams really stepping up into the competition here, and just really making sure that their presence is definitely felt in PMNC. And we do love the action. That is what we came for, and that's exactly what we are seeing coming from the teams here. They're not disappointing their fans. Yes, there are some times that they kind of drop the ball, and perhaps, they have been losing some altercations from inside the game, but they're definitely coming back stronger as ever. And all they need to do is, of course, just continue on with the consistency. We do have some time left for the playoffs. Again, this is not a sprint. This is more like a marathon, and we would love to see more teams kind of step up in today's matches. Now, the number of throwables used in the game, it's a total of 259. Is this the biggest number we've seen so far, or this is, because if I remember correctly, I think we saw a 280 plus already happen.
Yeah, we have seen somewhat 260 to 70 plus, but Miramar, and you're finally using the Miramar as a Miramar, 400 meters of a distance elimination. DRS, you are doing great. 18% of the headshots, 78.79% of the body shots, and 3% legs. 0 assist, 24 minutes of survival time, 4 elimination, 1139 damage. That's 57.1 for contribution for the team. Example is that name. Example is making great examples for his team at this point. The number ratio, we were talking even yesterday, Andy, that headshots, if you're close to the 20% markers, you're doing really good. But nonetheless, we have seen even a 50%, close to a 50% headshot ratio too today.
Oh, that is for sure. Oh my goodness. Okay, just to check in with the match ranking here, ladies and gents, Royal Dragon again with a massive 22 points here, followed closely by Tribe AEROMACY with 20, NEPX Esports. Okay, this is an interesting thing. Okay, even if this is actually not their best run just yet, they were able to put 11 points in the bag, and I think that is still a solid finish coming from NEPX Esports. DRS, they're tied up with a number of points here. VE coming in at 5th place with 8. T2K with only 4, tied up with TM7 and LOD Nexus with just 3. So this is, of course, the upper half section of the match ranking here. We're still waiting for the next page to be shown on the screen here, but if we are going to pick the teams that are pretty consistent in every map, I think it's the same suspects. I can say
It is the same, like, situations are going to be somewhat the same, but oh my god, Com, Syndicate, Breach, RLX, 0 points. This is the first time I've seen this much number of 0 points into the match ranking. But RC32 1, JUTTI squad with the 1, LHC with the 2, and 4 Death Machines with the 3 points to their name. Aside from that, if we are talking about the fact that how well the teams have played themselves, DRS is doing a great job. Second match was the DRS's match. The first match and the third match, they got taken by the same team. That is the name of Royal Dragons this time around. Once again, Royal Dragons is on a spree. And judging from the fact that we are almost done with the halfway point of the day number 2, the teams, this is a 2-to-1 ratio going on. And if the Royal Dragons continues with their aggression on the next Sanhok, because Sanhok was the first match that they got their chicken dinner also.
Yes.
So judging from that and getting a slight idea, we might see them actually aggressing on the Sanhok.
That's an absolute possibility coming from Royal Dragons. And again, I don't know if the teams are meeting your expectation. I'm pretty sure that the hottest topic that we can discuss, for the PMNC is, of course, NEPX, DRS, and even T2K. Again, it was a heartbreaking moment for the fans of T2K because T2K wasn't able to get into the main event of the PMGO. So this is kind of supposed to be a redemption arc, for the side of T2K. But right now, we haven't really seen quite a massive performance just yet coming from the boys of Trained to Kill. And as for DRS, it's a slow burn, right? Slowly but surely, the consistency is there. And I guess it's going to be some sort of tug of war between NEPX and DRS when it comes to the top spot. But I do wonder if Royal Dragons will be able to bag enough elimination points and placement points to climb up the ranks. I mean, it's still too early to say because we still got plenty more of games to play. And just like what you mentioned a while ago, Royal Dragons was able to score a chicken dinner in Sanhok, and when we get back from our short break, it's going to be Sanhok all over again. So I do wonder, Torix, if we are going to see some alteration in terms of those teams in the second Sanhok today, or will it be the same drop clashes?
I would say we're gonna see some diversion this time. Some teams will actually be focusing on the fights. Some teams will take intentional drops at this point, and these are the questions that will be answered once we will head into the Sanhok match. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, we will be going on a short break. Do not go anywhere. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Takes a lot of swings to dig a pit. All 3 methods let you create a temporary shelter to hide in, which gives you a greater chance at survival. When you're in trouble, you can rest at the cover you created. Note that in Rondo, only the ground can be terraformed. Buildings, water, and cement are indestructible. During combat, you can create a hiding space for yourself and wait for enemies to come close to catch them unawares. If you're in an open area with minimal cover, try using a smoke grenade first to obstruct your enemy's vision. Then create a temporary shelter in the ground with a frag grenade before attacking. With a vehicle, you can exit it and attack it from a distance. After it explodes, use the terraformed ground and remaining wreckage to go after your enemies or rest. Head to Rondo now to experiment with this new feature.
Let it.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, once again to the PMNC South Asia 2025, the spring. This is Torix. With me, once again, it is the Red Queen Andy with you guys for the day number 2 action as well. So far, we have been done and dusted with the 3 matches. The previous 3 matches are done and dusted. Now, only a Sanhok and only an Erangel remain. And these 2 maps, the team knows exactly what they do, especially on Erangel. But Sanhok is one of the few maps that I have learned to know from the teams that they don't like it that much. They don't want to play it. They prefer Miramar over Sanhok majority of the times. And now that they are going to play 2 of the matches of Sanhok, Andy,
Yeah.
what are they going to do on this?
Oh man, I do understand why they don't like Sanhok, because it's a fast-paced game, right? And a lot of CQC definitely will happen. And again, the number 1 gameplay that they need to pull off is a stealthy gameplay. So that means that they need to be quiet, they need to set in traps, they need to lure the opponent. So that is not easy to do when it comes to Sanhok. So yep, we're gearing up for match number 4. We're heading back to the jungle of chaos of Sanhok. But before we dive into the action, ladies and gents, let's talk about, of course, Royal Dragons. I mean, they've just secured another chicken dinner in match number 3, and let's not forget, they kicked off the day with a win right here on Sanhok, just in case you missed the action just a while ago. Now, the question is, can lightning strike twice, or in this case, thrice now, for the side of Royal Dragons to prove that they've already mastered day number 2 of the PMNC and pull off another WWCD? Or will the other teams step up and dethrone the kings of the jungle? So there's so much on the line here, Torix, and every team knows that Sanhok's a fast-paced, high-stakes gameplay, it can make or break their standing. So it's going to be another wild ride, that is for sure.
A wild ride, yes, I totally agree on that. But how they're gonna play is actually gonna determine their position. If you're gonna play like you're scared of this map, no, you're not gonna be able to survive for that long, because Sanhok is made that way. Sanhok is, we have to say, built different. But oh my god, what am I seeing here, Andy? AST tribe AEROMACY, after their domination of those eliminations into the previous match, they're not playing this one. They're taking a break. That's gonna break the whole momentum for them when they're gonna come into the final match. But we have DRS, we have RC32, we have Group E, Group D, Group C, and Group A. NEPX now will have the chance to get a better grip on the positions, on the overall ranking for themselves, take a really good distance from the side of the team AST into the overall ranking. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go into the land of the rain, the land of the jungle, the one and only Sanhok on its way. The match number 4 and the flight path is on your screen, going from the Camp Alpha Island all the way down to the Kampong.
I do wonder if the breaks are helping the teams here. I mean, obviously, so the teams was able to build their momentum, and then they're gonna go for a break next round. I feel like it's gonna break them, but we don't know the implications and of course how the break is going to affect all of the teams' performance here. But so far, again, we're looking at the situation, and we were, looking for alteration or like diversion, as Torix mentioned just a while ago, coming from all the teams here. Paradise Resort, it is going to be fully booked, that is for sure, because I can already see 2 teams headed towards that direction. So we're just waiting for the fight to happen, and it is already happening. It's HAINA once again up against RLX. Who's gonna win at this time? Moments ago, it was HAINA Esports. It was able to pull up a clutch here, and we're looking at the situation, and 2 RLX members already down on the ground, but I'm pretty sure RLX was able to snatch a player from HAINA Esports as well. And here comes the dance hop. Ooh, RLX Esports might get served once again in Paradise Resort.
This early tussle, this early fight, it always gonna take someone out of the equation. RLX, as once again against the HAINA Esports, and HAINA Esports, they're coming in strong again. Even though Destro has managed to secure 2 of the eliminations of the team HAINA Esports, they have secured 1 elimination. Sana is right now knocked out, so Destro, you either need to go get that revival down on Sana, but oh my god, not Zoo, no! This is not how you peek against the guy that has an Uzi in his hand. You know you're going to be in trouble the moment you're going to peek into the area. Now with HAINA Esports down to the last guy, the last person, there's nothing that they can do. Just wait for the opportunity that the other team might aggress and just pray that this DBS is going to connect on them.
Yeah, Micro Uzi. I do wonder if this is going to be like Micro Uzi getting a comeback here in the competitive scene, because I do see a lot of players getting their hands back on a Micro Uzi. But of course, shotgun remains to be a lethal weapon to have when it comes to CQC. One shot, one kill is what the players are looking for. And oh my goodness. Okay, so RLX Esports was able to serve their vengeance right up against HAINA. They won the fight in Paradise Resort, and they get to keep 3 of their members. So I guess it's still A-OK. But for OPZ, once again, getting into clash here. And, I think this time, Torx, they do have the upper hand advantage up against their opponent, because they now have collected 1 point.
They did. They have collected 1 point so far, but it's still the fact that it's just a single point. You need to get more than that if you want to, like, have a good opportunity, good start for yourself, or even a good ending. But here we have it, T2K versus the team RLX. The situation has been overturned. RLX got HAINA Esports out, and now T2K is here to take the Paradise Resort for themselves. But remember, 4 death machines are in the proximity too. They're gonna take OG out. T2K, as they're aggressing upon the team RLX, 4 death machine is actually aggressing up upon the T2K as well. And we have a 5th party, not even a 4th party here, Andy. There's a 5th party in the proximity, in the backside outskirts, and that is the team RG Royal GurKHAS. The moment the fight, the shots are gonna start, Royal GurKHAS is actually gonna enter too. And in fact, they're actually fighting against the team T2K. Ajay is gonna take Kirish down, and with this, Royal GurKHAS, they're gonna have to change their positions.
Oh my goodness. Guys, Paradise Resort is already fully booked. All of the cabins are now occupied. But of course, the teams is not going to be reason why they're not getting inside Paradise Resort. They want the points. They want to score a lot of them. And now they're looking for trouble deliberately. T2K on rotation, going up against the Royal GurKHAS, getting close into the fire here. We got one down on the ground, ready to fight it out. But Paradise Resort continues to get really busy here. KOM on the other side of town, going up against VE this time, TMZ. Now, it's a little bit of a standoff between the teams, but one of them is currently down on the ground, and it's not looking too good for the side of T2K here. Torix, Igneous and OG both out of the game. Toodalove is currently knocked down, so Ajaya needs to pull off a clutch here.
He does need to pull up a clutch here, no matter how you look at it, right at this point. But, T2K, come on, I had hopes. Now with the 46 total points, T2K has been dragged down even more from this point onward. Look at that, Royal Dragons 59 points, NEPX 59 points. Then we have T2K 46 points to their name. Royal GurKHAS, 1 more elimination, and you're gonna have the hashtag number 4 for yourself. But if we're talking about the team KOM, KOM, Killer Machines. Right now, they're up against a team of TM7, but TM7 cannot hold themselves down. It is an elimination right with this. Pick OP, in fact, not Pick OP. It is Pick. He managed to get one, and that was basically a 2-1-1 ratio of the elimination distribution.
That is right. Okay, there must be some sort of truce happening at the moment here, but it was a great back and forth trades that just happened moments ago. And again, T2K got taken out of the equation here. They're now back at the lobby with only 3 points in total. So you're right. I mean, they are going to be pushed further down the ranks. RLX, however, we still got one more player still alive and kicking and still repping them up. But I don't know. I'm not sure how far he's gonna last here in this situation, especially if if he's left to deal with business here. And now everyone is moving towards the safe zone. For Death Machines, they do have the chance to eliminate this last player come from RLX, but of course they would want to make sure that they have all the advantages working out for them. But judging the situation at the edge of the circle here, just a little south of bootcamp area, there are at least 3 teams that might have a conflict up against each other, and I'm not sure if the river's going to turn red anytime soon. But one thing is for sure, an altercation will definitely happen in just a few more moments.
Yeah, the altercation, it's definitely going to happen, but oh, come on. Once more, the fight has ensued. LAT RC32, the team that is kind of at the very bottom, they're fighting against the team that is on the hashtag number 9, NEPX Esports. In the meanwhile, we're also seeing them move forward, try to circle, but oh my god, that's not just only one, but two eliminations right there. NEPX, those are some juicy, easy elimination that they managed to secure just because they were strolling here. They were trying to get inside that circle, and someone was like yoink with the car. They got yoinked out. I don't even remember where the car actually went because the player stayed, the car went forward somewhere.
Oh man, okay, here we go. Things are already getting super intense coming from the 13 teams remaining here. TM7, that was a quick run, I mean, this is just stage number 2, and they have gotten the boot out of Sanhok. This is second to the last match, and nice pick! Nice timing coming from Storm there. Oh my goodness, back in a point for himself. And they're still performing quite great considering the fact that they're down to just 2 players. I mean, we can see that there are teams surrounding where they are exactly. So I don't know how effective their strategy is going to be since they don't have enough firepower to deal with everyone heading towards that direction. OPZ, it's the same situation, 2 casualties, but they were able to bag 2 points for themselves. So as long as you keep putting in the numbers, I think they are going to be safe. But the fact of the matter is, and we're just going to have to put it out there, they will still need to exert a lot of effort, a lot of work just to make sure that they climb up the ranks here, even get themselves into top 8. That could entail hard work, but I mean, you came here to win, and that is supposed to be the only reason why you are playing in any tournaments. It is to dominate. So anyway, we continue on with the fight here, ladies and gents. KOM with 4 points in the bag. We've got MTD Twisted. Still a full squad here. Everyone is on prone. So this is more like a snaky move coming from all of the teams here. Of course, we did talk about this, that when it comes to Sanhok, you guys need to be stealthy. Ninja moves is, of course, one of the top priority. But just to make sure you guys have all the information that you need in terms of the team's position. Okay, Painan, we still have like a portion of it included in the safe zone, but we've got 3 teams coming in from the northern side. So this is an opportunity for the Royal Gurkhas, of course, to do a massive gatekeeping, potentially scoring a lot of points from that exchange. We can see that KOM is a little bit in the middle of the map here, pretty close with RC3 too. So perhaps they're gonna be busy eventually dealing up with this, guys. And Mystic, okay, coming in fresh from Tambang. And as for DRS, the real soldiers, they have taken over the south part area of the safe zone. Now here comes another clash happening right at this moment as we speak. 4 death machines are making a move and making their presence felt with high energy, cooking up a nade, but kind of hesitated right there. Falcons looking for some more players to take out of the competition, but we can see Killmonger right here scouting the area, setting a good perimeter, and Killmonger, wow, with that shot right there, great distance, but still was able to connect, and another jump shot. Oh man, that was great, beautifully done by Falcon of 4 death machines.
Oh my god. Beautifully done. Beautiful shot right there. And in an instant, that was an elimination coming on. 3 eliminations so far for the 4 death machines, and a good survival, a decent survival. All the 4 men are still alive, but instantly 1 player gets taken down. The main question will remain if he's gonna get finished off, because judging from the part that Royal Gurkhas is actually constantly shooting at the guy, Aditya will get knocked out. In fact, a second player got knocked down. I think the player that was knocked down got finished up, but no, this is a third party. NRC versus 4 death machines. These are 2 back-to-back knockouts. Loco from KOM going against the team of NEPX. That's 1 player from the NEPX also knocked out, confirmed in an instant. This is not something that you should be messing around with. You need to make sure that you're the one aggressing on the teams and not the one being aggressed upon if you want to have any kind of survival chance.
Whew, okay, here we go. VE prepping themselves up. They know that they have to move inside the safe zone. Royal Gurkhas, we've seen their position just moments ago. They are right at the edge of the circle, and we did mention that there are 3 teams headed towards that direction, so that is a big opportunity for the side of Royal Gurkhas to score a lot of points from this stage alone. 12 teams remaining, ladies and gents, and we can see that Psycho over here just open fired up against one of the players of KOM. He was able to inflict damage, but still not enough to take that player down just yet. But the good side from KOM is that they already know that there is a team waiting at the other side of that fence.
Oh my god. It is good. It is nice that we're seeing some of the teams that were kind of like lacking behind to try and take a stand against the players. But also, if we are looking at the fact and figurines in this particular position, DRS is still alive, but don't have a single elimination to their name. This is a very big thing. Whereas DRS is usually seen getting some decent and a lot of elimination to their name, this time around, it is a 0 number for right now. This is stage number 4, and we're talking about Sanhok. So there we go. Big OP from KOM managed to get not only the knock on the NRC Storm, but also the confirmation. In an instant, that's 6 elimination for the side of KOM.
Oh man, right now 786 already out. Not sure if that was already the confirmation, of course, that he was taken out of the game. But 4 death machines tanking the blue. There's a little bit of pressure onto their side because they don't have to deal with just the teams, but also the Blue Reaper as well. I mean, obviously, it's a little bit of struggle from the side of 4 Death Machines to get inside the safe zone just because there is a team preventing them to do so. NEPX just eliminated VE, so that is a good performance coming from NEPX. Let's see if they can continue on racking up some points from Sanhok. And as for KOM, 6 points now in the bag, and the trade-off still continues to happen. Pretty close to them are the boys of NEPX. 2 players knocked down from the side of KOM, so let's see if they can survive this conflict up against NEPX. Pressure's cooking up that nade here, throwing it up against KOM, but can this do the job, though? They have been inflicting pain, but none of them is getting taken down just yet.
Nobody's getting taken down, and this is a good thing on their part that there's still a chance for them to survive, but NEPX slowly, steadily entering the vicinity of KOM. DRS Delta from the backside. That's a third party that NEPX can possibly do against all of these players. Go, come on. But Domain, he's low on that HP. Mukesh looking out for the opportunities that can provide with some more elimination. The thing is that these two teams, NEPX, Team Killer Mountains, they need to get inside of that circle as soon as possible. Right now, they're outside, and staying here will only hinder their performance, will only hurt them more and more. But Falcons, come on! Missed all the devious shot, and in an instant they got finished up. But NEPX, come on! They were trying to get inside that circle, but KOM happened. KOM occurred in their vicinity, and in an instant, that's 1 player down. The rest of the 2, Precious Domain, they're trying to make their entry, but Kyo, I have to give it to this guy. Even though he was just at 1% HP survival, he managed to heal himself fully on the 100%, but in an instant, RC32, they happened, they occurred, and with this, they took down the team as well.
You know, this Mukesh was able to loot the airdrop, so he was able to level up his gears, so that would be an advantage as well. And that is the secret sauce that, you know, for Battle Royales, is that you always have to make sure that you have all the right cards playing for you. Anyway, getting back into MTD Twisted here, ladies and gents, 2 points now in the bag. And this is the only team representing Bhutan in this particular lobby. And the good thing about it is the fact that they're still a complete squad, so they do have a great advantage compared to the rest of the team if in case they get into the last few zones. But as for NEPX Esports, oh man, this is not their day at all. 4 elimination points in the bag, but we're looking at possibly the last player remaining for the side of NEPX. And now MTD Twisted, let's see if they can get Royal Dragons Twisted in this particular clash. We've got Y10 moving in for the charge, but he gets spotted as well. DRS also busy dealing with an altercation in another part of Sanhok, but Giel's right now cooking up a nade, headed towards Claw. Claw still down, bleeding out there in the open. Royal Dragons is in a little bit of shambles right here, trying to keep their enemies at bay, but Master Zerdy right behind his tree, ready to defend his teammates to buy a little more time to recover in this situation, while Mystic, of course, goes in for the charge, very aggressive. Royal Dragons getting picked up 1 by 1, but here comes Master Zerdy with a DBS. He was able to get 1, but in the end, man, they just got eliminated.
They did. And at the same time, we can see the team MTD Twisted now down to the 3 players that they are, as Caesar is getting that revival done on him. There's going to be a slight bit of time before they're back to the 4-man. NEPX Esports also got eliminated. It is a back-to-back elimination that actually occurred. 5 total teams are remaining. 15 players are in the lobby. RLX, solo player, Mystic, 4-player, RG, with the trio, in fact, not a duo. And the same thing is with the team, I believe, RC as well. I can see a slight red dot on there, but okay, that's just my eyes. It is a duo for the team RC32 as well, and DRS with a 4-man standing as well. DRS, imagine getting a chicken right here from this point onward, getting all those eliminations. Nobody's going to be stopping them from getting that 100-point marker at the end of the day. But oh my god, Delta, you beast. The precision of the grenade is going to hit one player. The second grenade goes over, and it's over, guys. It's over, ladies and gentlemen. Royal GURKHAS out of the match by the hand of DRS. DRS doing an amazing job. The only two teams that are a 4-man squad is the team MTD and the DRS. The rest two RLX, RC, solo players.
So Royal Dragons have already been taken out, so I do wonder if DRS can pull off the same thing and scoring another chicken dinner for day 2 of the PMNC. I mean, they're looking good. One of them is currently knocked down, but hey, we're still talking about Example, we're still talking about Giante, and of course Delta making it happen for the real soldiers. They're highly decorated players when it comes to the competitive scene, but this is going to be an amazing feat because Mystic is still, of course, doing a great job trying to counter all the teams that are making it rain bullets onto their direction. And this is gonna be fun because this is Bhutan versus Nepal. It's a fair fight because this is a 4v4. And just looking at the situation, I do feel like MTD Twisted have some sort of advantage right here. I think it's for both of the teams here. But Y10 is not wasting any time. He shuts down XMPL, and this could pave the way for MTD Twisted to win the fight because 2 players now from DRS already down to the ground. So upper hand advantage goes to MTD Twisted.
MTD having the upper hand, but oh my god, Giante taking all the advantage out, and it's basically a 1 versus 1 from this point onward. Team MTD versus the team DRS, a 1v1, and it's gonna ensue. Both parties on the same HP side on top of that as well. But the thing is, Twisters do not have any kind of healing on him. The grenade went over there. It's gonna be on the other side of the rocks, and nobody's gonna get hurt. The second grenade might hit him a little bit, but no connection with that grenade. Now he's just waiting for the circle to like assess the situation, and he's just going to take this elimination easy and peasy. But the grenade is being cooked up. The grenade went close to the player, but not enough so the player can get eliminated. But DBS shots connecting, and DRS getting that winner chicken dinner. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the DRS for you guys. After that first initial second match chicken dinner for the day number 2, they managed to not secure themselves only into the top position, but now they're gonna have a huge difference against all the other teams.
Oh my gosh, that was an intense back and forth situation with DRS and Mystic. Man, it was a 4v4 when we initially started, and then it went to 1v1. And Giante showed experience, showed great determination at getting that WWCD, and this is the second chicken dinner for the side of the real soldiers. But then again, kudos, because it was a valiant effort nonetheless coming from Mystic. I mean, the fact that they also scored a double-digit elimination points says a lot, right? They can bang on their chest right now and say that, we are one of the toughest contenders you can face in PMNC. It wasn't really easy for DRS to score that chicken dinner, but Giante was a little bit faster on the trigger right there, hence getting the chicken dinner.
Yeah, not only the trigger, I would say the precision as well, because DBS is one of the gun that we usually see majority of the players mess up as well during these kind of crucial positioning where they have to get out of the tree, get out of that small cover and take those shots against the players. We usually see the players choke on this area, but no, this guy was calm, composed, and on his foot the whole time. He not only took the players down, but in an instant, that was an amazing ending that he just got for the team. You can see the highlights, you can see the best moments that actually occurred in this match, how the jump DBS even connections were happening for Death Machines as they were getting the long range shots connected, and so on and so on. Even OPZ, the solo guy that tried his level best but got absolutely decimated at one point. But yeah, at the very end, till the stage number 4, the best part is we were still having 12 teams in Sanhok. Andy, in Sanhok, 12 teams is a not only big number, but an enormous number.
Definitely. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me just catch my breath. But of course, we still need to highlight some of the best plays coming from Mystic Destiny. We all know the Real Soldiers as one of the prominent names coming from Nepal, but we don't really know so much about Mystic Destiny. And again, this team is making waves in the esports scene, particularly in PUBG Mobile tournaments recently. They secured second place in the PUBG Mobile National Championship South Asia wild card. Ooh, that is, of course, something to be proud of. They just showcased their skill and, of course, determination, competing against teams from Bhutan, Sri Lanka, and Mystic Destiny demonstrated, of course, exceptional teamwork and strategy, earning them a spot in the PMNC South Asia Spring Finals, which is, of course, what we are seeing right now. Not really the finals, but just the playoffs. And again, it was such a great display coming from Mystic Destiny, but we cannot take the spotlight away from DRS, who actually scored the chicken dinner
40%?
and the MVP of the match, which is okay, Onkel, 40%. Oh, I mean, if we talk about precision,
What?
I think Onkel also kind of displays great precision here.
Great. That is an amazing precision, no matter how you look at it. But we have 59 total elimination with 64, 81 of a total healing, 65 knockouts, 83 throwables used. Oh my god, what is going on with the Sanhok? Just 83 throwables, 2 airdrops, 9 headshots, 20 revival. There we go. There we go. This is something of a number that we need to see in Erangel and Miramar, but not in Sanhok. But Sanhok is the one that's going to showcase this to us. 256 meter is going to be the longest elimination of a distance with the name of RGX Arc 777. He's the guy responsible for that 256 meters of the knockout and the confirmation. Match ranking wise, DRS 19 points. Again, the second chicken that they take a 19 point once again. MTD Twisted 4, they got 16 total points, out of which 10 is from the elimination, double digits all the way. RLX 9 points, RC32 9 alongside of the Royal GurKHAS as well, but then NEPX comes in with 6 alongside of KOM, and VENRC on our first chart is only with the 4 total points.
Whew, okay, so NEPX Esports only scored 6 this time for this round, and I'm checking if they are going to play in the last round here, ladies and gents. I hope we do see the overall ranking, so perhaps we will show that in the screen later on. So NEPX actually included in Group A, so Group A will not be playing in the last Erangel for tonight, so that was just their last performance. So their last performance was in Sanhok, but it's okay. Again, they worked so hard during day number 1, so I do believe they have enough buffer for the overall ranking. So if in case DRS was successful with taking them out of the top spot, I'm pretty sure that they can pretty much do a strong comeback for day number 3. So again, it's going to be a tug of war between DRS and NEPX Esports, which is of course an interesting feat here for PMNC, just because DRS, as you all know, is one of the toughest teams, right, in Nepal.
Yep.
They have already achieved so much in the competitive scene. Their accolades is off the roofs, right? And then here comes the young bloods, here comes the young guns, the dark horses, the new blood, so to speak, from Nepal, and they have been making waves, not just in PMNC, not just in the local sport, but also in PNGO, coming in at 7th place. So NEPX really is on a good path here, and they continue to do so. But perhaps, we can see DRS really put up a fight up against NEPX.
They did. I just want to see these two giants clash against each other. I just want to, for the experimental purposes, I want them to clash. So I don't know, because the way that both of these teams are so well versed into their gun power, we never know what's gonna happen. Yeah, we know DRS is a strong point, has a strong point with the experience and everything, but so does NEPX now with the aggression that they have showed us during the previous matches, the day number 1 and the day number 2. It's definitely possible that both of them can actually take each other out. But right now, it is the match number 5, that 4 in fact, that has been done and dusted. And before we head over to our final match of the day, the match number 5, we will be going for a short break. Do not go anywhere, stay with us, we'll be right back.
And choose Selection Lucky Spin to go to the event page. This Lucky Spin event introduces a completely new draw experience. Choose items according to your preferences. To form your own prize pool. After making your selection, you get a discounted 10 draw that's only valid during the event. The draw costs only 300 UC. Furthermore, first daily single draws during the event cost only 10 UC. It's a super sweet deal. As you continue drawing, you'll get total draw crates. Different quality total draw crates require drawing different amounts. Reach a certain number of draws to get the corresponding total draw crate. The higher the crate's quality, the more valuable its rewards. Get tons of material rewards with a single 10 draw. Most importantly, when opening crates, priority is given to items you don't already own, so you don't need to worry about getting something you've already drawn. Just have fun drawing rewards. It's super easy to get your desired items. Doesn't that sound amazing? What are you waiting for? Event period, April 18th, 2025 through May 15th, 2025. Join the Selection Lucky Spin event now.
Rondo is here. Are you overwhelmed by all it has to offer? In this video, we'll be going over one of its unique features. Rondo is much larger compared to other maps, and it has features that other maps don't have. For example, in Erangel, throwing a frag grenade won't destroy the terrain, yet in Rondo, doing the same thing blasts a hole in the ground. Other than frag grenades, you can also destroy terrain with pickaxes and vehicle explosions. They each shape the terrain at different speeds. Frag grenades are the quickest. Just toss it and let it explode. Vehicle explosions are next, which also leave behind wreckage that provides cover. Pickaxes are slowest. It takes a lot of swings to dig a pit. All three methods let you create a temporary shelter to hide in, which gives you a greater chance at survival. When you're in trouble, you can rest at the cover you created. Note that in Rondo, only the ground can be terraformed. Buildings, water, and cement are indestructible. During combat, you can create a hiding space for yourself and wait for enemies to come close to catch them unawares. If you're in an open area with minimal cover, try using a smoke grenade first to obstruct your enemy's vision. Then create a temporary shelter in the ground with a frag grenade before attacking. With a vehicle, you can exit it and attack it from a distance. After it explodes, use the terraformed ground and remaining wreckage to go after your enemies or rest. Head to Rondo now to experiment with this new feature.
let it.
Alright, folks, we've made it to the grand finale of day number 2 of the PMNC South Asia playoffs. And what better way to close out this action-packed day than on the Erangel map where legends are definitely forged. I'm Red Queen here with my partner in crime, Torix, and together we're about to bring you the intensity, drama, and all the twists in this final match has in store.
Oh yes, the final match, the one and only that's going to determine who's going to be on the top after the half playoff points or the half days of the playoffs, the 50% of the playoffs that is going to be done. Some teams will have like a slow start starting from tomorrow, just trying to maintain their positioning points overall. And some teams might even go on the aggressive side because if you're talking about the schedule, it is completely filled with DRS and the team Royal Dragon. 2 RDs, 2 DRS. And first of all, it is a tussle between these two teams on who's going to take that final chicken.
Yeah, let's talk about the momentum heading into the last game here. And again, as you can see on the screen, Royal Dragons have been making big moves today. They've already secured 2 chicken dinners and are looking absolutely unstoppable. Now, the question is, can they end day number 2 with maybe a 3rd WWCD and cement their status as kings of the leaderboard? Of course, that is one of the possibilities, right? On the flip side, NEPX Esports have had a tough run today, falling short in several matches, to be honest, with 0 points in the last 2 rounds. Not really 0, but like kind of an underwhelming performance. They do need to come back badly, I might add, but we're going to see them perform again tomorrow. So I do wonder if we are going to witness some sort of redemption game coming from NEPX. And as you can see on the screen, T2K will no longer play in the last round together with KOM Esports. And of course, 2 more teams, of course, that are part of Group A, which is Syndicate and NEPX Esports. And now for the final game in Erangel, Torix, are you ready?
We are ready at this point. We are ready. The teams are ready. The players are going to get some action done from this point onward. As we see our plane line going all the way from near the Kameshki side down south, in fact down west to the quarry region. The northern side regions like the Severny, the Stalbert, the Kameshki shooting range, they're the one that are easily accessible for the teams, even Giorgio Pool and the hospital area. But the areas that are now no longer accessible, it is the Norupnoi, the military base island, the ferry piers, the Primox, and maybe the Milta city, unless you have your vehicles to go by that area.
Yes. I mean, DRS Gaming and SPE definitely have shown their aggression and adaptability throughout this day. So, stepping into Erangel, I do expect calculated rotations and, of course, even more intense firefights and maybe even a few surprises for the final round. And given the circle that we have on the screen here, just like what you mentioned, I mean, Kameshki is highly populated just because we do have 2 teams there. I do wonder if OPZ will make it out alive from Kameshki, because they have been losing a lot of drop clashes, and it begs the question, right? Are they going to maybe start their matches passively after day number 2 because there aren't enough successful clashes for OPZ, to be honest?
Yeah. I'm so like hopeful for these teams to like take some early aggression, but what I see no one taking a fight, even Mosh at this angle, whereas he is super close to the teams that can actually occur into the fight. He's not doing that. He's just chilling out there from this point onward. And now we can see day number 2, match number 5, and OPZ is that team that's trying to find the players, the enemies close to their vicinity, and they're not doing a really great job on that because of the fact that first and foremost, they have low arsenal. They don't have the guns. Only a Thompson I can see. Mosh at least has an AKM, but 30 to 60 bullets, it's not gonna help you that much.
Exactly. OPZ Esports. What are you gonna do in this situation? I mean, you're going up against one of the top performing teams here, Tribe AEROMACY. Zayo right now pretty much already has the information. He does have this off angle working out for him. So just in case OPZ moves a little forward up against Tribe, I feel like Zayu will definitely spot them right off the bat, and that could be catastrophic once again for the side of OPZ. But then again, we're not discounting the possibility that OPZ might turn the tables up against Tribe AEROMACY. So we'll just have to wait until this fight commences.
The fight will commence in a short while, but there we go. ENRC taking the fight to their own hands. Doom NRC, he's going to have that elimination, but at the same time, he's going to save his team member. But on the other side, Tribe AEROMACY, come on, come on. They're the ones that have one player eliminated. This is not looking good. Come on. You started so good. You were so good into the point structure, and suddenly after on the last match, in fact, you're kind of like crumbling once again, and now they're just pushing. It's a do and die situation. Same with the Royal GurKHAS Esports as well. Just look at that. He's pushing. Two of the players got knocked down. Now Mamba, the final hope of the team, he can either move out of this area or he can either do the same push again to try to get that elimination. But Venom, oh my god, he just gave a stone on the players with that can, with those knockdowns of the car. But Mamba, you beauty.
Whoa!
The DBS is gonna connect. Can you get a 1v3? Can you get a 1v3? The answer is no. You did got a connection. The damage was done, but not enough to player that he gets knocked out.
I was kind of hoping, like a smooth gameplay coming from Mamba just because he is named Mamba. We needed that Mamba mentality, if you know what I mean. But anyway, just moments ago, for Tribe AEROMACY, the moment that they lost Zaya, I feel like there was a need for them to kind of reposition themselves just because they don't really have enough information as to where OPZ is exactly. But it's good to see right now Tribe AEROMACY still trying to make things happen up against OPZ, but getting tricks knocked down on the ground. Again, another advantage onto the side of OPZ Esports. Maybe they have awakened from their deep slumber. Mash here, 17! Tried to go in for the charge, but unfortunately, Tribe AEROMACY was there to stop them. Man, Tribe still won that fight, and OPZ once again was one of the few teams that was taken out of the game.
I have to say, this is one team that has been constantly struggling. Constantly. It's not just at 1 or 2 matches. No. It is the day number 1. It is the day number 2 now from this point onward as well, because they have been eliminated. And now, as we are down to 14 teams and 53 players are remaining into the game, one of them is going to be Team ENRC, down to the last 2 players with the 4 elimination. This is good, but I want to see DRS. I want to see where the DRS is right now situated at, where the Team AST is, RD, the top contenders, because I kind of want to see them go against each other in a tussle to find out who can have the number 1 spot. Fairy Pierce is where the Team ENRC is, and we were talking about that majority of the time, nobody goes to the Fairy Pierce side. This is that team that went there this time around, Andy.
Yeah, I mean, it's not over till it's over. Everyone is still trying to make it happen for themselves, and it's just that DRS was able to find their rhythm, and now everything's working out for them. I'm pretty sure that they are already at the top spot here, with 92 points. So again, other teams might have a rough time just trying to catch up with the number of points. We don't exactly know what happened with NEPX's momentum in terms of getting into day number 2 of the PMNC, but I am happy at the fact that it was a wonderful day for the side of the Royal Dragons, and Mystic is also doing absolutely great to just make sure that they remain competitive in a PMNC. I do wonder if there is going to be a change in how they approach the situation from the side of OPZ, because since day number 1, from the get-go, they have been losing a lot of fights, to be exact. So obviously, if something is not working now, you need to change it. You need to go back to the drawing board and talk about what you could do next, in other matches. But for OPZ, again, we're still hopeful for them to get back on track here. But as for the map feed, we still got HAINA coming in from Military Base. Same thing goes for Royal Dragon. And just looking at the situation here, both north and south part of Erangel will definitely be busy because most of the teams are going to flock in that area.
Yeah, they're gonna flock, but it all comes down to that aggressive stances. I was hoping at the very least this match is going to provide us with that aggression that, okay, this is the final match of the day number 2. Let's go haywire. Let's go with the complete aggressive stances. But no, it's not that much aggression on the team, inside the team's eyes. And they're kind of like stepping on the fact that they're really thinking about it before stepping up, whether to take the fights, whether to like survive into the area. E2S is also one of the teams that I think got into a fight, but they disengaged because Rifa is the guy that is low on that HP, and judging from the fact that he's low on that HP, I can only assume one thing, that he got into the fight, he disengaged from there, and now he has healed himself once again back to the 75% HP, and 4-man standing, trying to like hold the positions down, forts down, so they can have a really good end.
You know what? I do wonder if LHC will also pick up the pace here, so to speak, because it's a little bit underwhelming as well from the side of LHC. But of course, it's not how you start the game, it's how you finish it. And again, it's not over till it's over. So I'm still hoping for the best, for LHC here to make a difference come in day number 3. Since this is already the final match for day number 2, we still got another 5 matches tomorrow to deal with, and I do hope for the side of LHC they make something, they make something different on how they approach its situation. But the current situation right now for LHC is that they do have 1 casualty, and they're holding on to a compound here. I mean, since this is just stage 2, perhaps, the team is thinking, okay, maybe we'll get into an engagement come stage 3, because right now they're chilling like a villain in this compound, not really up for challenging any other teams. But looking at the clock, we still got 5 more seconds before we move into the next stage.
Oh my god. Yes, another stage is about to occur. Another stage is about to ensue. And this time around, it's going to go to the shelter, the farm area, which is still in the circle. And I can only see 2 teams, 3 teams actually cemented, who has cemented themselves in the circle. DRS, Team MTD, and the Team RC32. RLX coming from the northern side, and as they're entering the site from the northern angle, they're going to take the fight against the RC32. And RC32, while they're taking the fight, there's also the chance that AST, AEROMACY from the backside, can do a third party. But oh my god, look at the western corner. Look at the western corner. DRS is either in about a treat, or they're going to have the first time for themselves, because there's so many teams coming on that area, coming around and from that area. One slight mistake, and that will mean that all of your efforts are going to go all in vain.
All right, here we go. LOD getting into position here. Ooh, slobbering SPE in the losses, but we're talking about just one player here coming from SPE. We still got 3 more to go, so they're still pretty competitive at this point in the match. Royal Dragon coming into play here up against VE. They do have that slight advantage because they do have the numbers, and VE obviously still trying to regroup, and with that massive nade coming from Claw. Oh man, Royal Dragon definitely has the leverage right now up against a VE, so we need to see a follow-through happen from the side of Royal Dragon, and Claw is pretty unstoppable at this point. I mean, he's cooking up another nade here. He's going in for the charge up against Admiral, but LOD heard the gunshots, and they're looking to get into the mix as well, so this might be a 3-way battle.
Oh my god, the 3-way battle, the 3-way aggression. It's coming, ladies and gentlemen. The player got knocked down. Instant confirmation from the Royal Dragon side. That's a kill steal right there, ladies and gentlemen. That is a kill steal right there. Let me tell you on that. But yes, the way that the players are playing, the way that the team is actually going in and out of the fight, I have to commend to these guys. Royal Dragon, so far 4 elimination, 3 men still standing. LHC kind of low on that HP as one of their players right now knocked out. You can see the team LOD throwing the grenades against the team Royal Dragon. Another one is coming. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Will it connect this time around? This is the big question, and the answer is no. In the meanwhile, Forza's machines get absolutely decimated by the teams. LOD NEXUS cooking that grenade, throwing it up. The damage has been done. Now it's time for you to go push on the players. Get those eliminations connected. This grenade can mark its victory, but how did he survive that one?
We do understand the fact why these teams are actually gunning for this very compound. I mean, a while ago it was included in the circle, but not anymore, so they need to settle the score as fast as they can. A lot of nades are being thrown coming from both of the teams here. We've got a Wimpy down on the ground. Godson is trying to heal himself up so that he could pick up his teammate as well. They are being thrown a lot of nades from that particular spot, and Kato is not stopping as well, doing a massive spray up against the Royal Dragons. Who will be winning the fight? That is still a big question that we are waiting on for an answer. Now here comes Godson. We need some godlike reflexes up against the Royal Dragons. He is cooking up that nade. We'll try to flush out Claw, but Claw, I feel like he's gonna dodge that attack. And ooh, Tribe AEROMACY again with another team eliminated. Ooh, they keep on bagging some points here.
They do. They keep on bagging those points for themselves, and this is a good start. This is a definite good start for them. 6th elimination once again. Tribe AEROMACY, 64 points. At least they're gonna stick into the hashtag number 2 after this match because of the fact that it's an exact same point with the RD. They just need 1 more point, or just need 1 more positioning for themselves, and it will be an easy task. It will be an easy peasy situation for them to at least secure the hashtag number 2 position for themselves. But there we go. AXY, JUTTI. Let's see. Can you survive? Can you survive out of this equation? The answer to that question might be a slight bit on towards the no side from what I can see so far. So one thing is the fact that for how long can he survive? This is the only question that remains, because you need to be into the top 3, top 4, or even the top 5 to get some decent number of positioning points.
Okay, here we go. DRS has a massive chance here at collecting points up against LHC. We already have one, courtesy of Delta, and now he's popping up those smokes. Of course, he needs to get some more resources out of that box. As for XMPL, he is scouting the area in the outskirts just to make sure that there will be no team that will do a major backstab up against DRS. So this is one way to make sure that they are going to be safe right at the edge of the circle here, and we'll do a massive destruction and damage up against the remaining teams here for stage number 4 in Erangel. Again, this is going to be the last round for day number 2 of the PMNC, and we're looking at MTD Twisted. Okay, you cannot overextend your pick right there, Gales, you are going to get your head popped off by another team here. And cannot really say if this is the best of spots for Mystic Twisted, just because there's another team that they may have to deal with, and those are the boys of SPE.
That is. The DRS is alive, AST is alive, Mystic is alive with the 4-man, but oh my god, LHC is the team that is gonna get eliminated. MTD Twisted also got a lot of damage, and I totally give the credit towards the DRS side. DRS is the one responsible for all the damages that is about to happen against all of these teams. Look at the position, look at the location that they have for themselves. Even Laud, the last guy, I do believe so. In fact, the single guy in the small of a shack, he's alive. I really want to see where the rest of his team is actually situated at. Maybe underground of the shelter side they're situated at, and that can be detrimental. This can actually give you a decent amount of chance to like survive for a tad bit long bit of time. But Killer YT, you need to get your player in that car. Do not let him ride that horse. Do not let him ride that horse. I repeat, because it is going to be a hazard for you guys. There is a possibility that he might get taken out of that horse, away from that horse, and in an instance, you're gonna lose the only thing so far that you have the best for yourself, the man advantage that can potentially help you once again get that winner in a chicken dinner. But DRS rushing in, closing in to the HAINA Esports. HAINA Esports going underground, and so far the fight, it's kind of gone on to the stale side, even though there's so many teams right next to each other.
Man, okay. I guess that is the best option for the side of DRS. I mean, it's a great way to avoid conflict for now, because we just saw that there are a lot of teams in just one spot, and it could be, catastrophic for them to even join into the mix. Obviously, it's pandemonium right now in that particular area, and they don't want to risk it, losing members of the team. They would want to make sure that they score the chicken dinner, for the final round here in Erangel. But as for SPE, Mafia Punk, just moments ago, he was able to get that MVP title. So I just know that this guy is itching a bit in terms of getting those elimination points, and I do love the fact that they managed to get here to stage 5. And just look at the minimap right there. How many colors do you see? I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 teams to be exact here, having an exchange, having an altercation. LOD Nexus on your screen at the moment, and they're trying to protect themselves. But I'm not sure if this bunker is the safest place to stay, because if it will not be favored by the zones later on, then it could be a choke point. It could be their the last place that they could stay in on.
I mean, that is true. That is very much true at this point. You don't want to get under the bunker and let the zone run away from you. You're going to be completely stranded, and we'll just hope that, oh my god, let the other team be inside some bunkers as well, and let them get eliminated with us. But Delta, oh my god, you beauty! Getting the MTD player down like this, getting that knockout on the confirmation. He's trying, he's getting some damage, but not enough that the player is gonna get that elimination on him. He is still alive right there, but going for the fact that DRS is the second elimination so far for themselves, and the team MTD, they've gone to res their player up. This is a very, very risky move that the MTD has taken for themselves. This can be detrimental. This can be a potential threat, because those tap shots are connecting, and Killer YT is gonna take Caesar down. Now, you had to lose only one player, but now you're gonna lose 2 instead of 1.
I do love the fact that, there are a lot of teams in that spot, but the trades that have been happening is just picking off their members. No team have been taken out just yet. And the fact that, Mystic is still there holding on to that very spot, I mean, it's kind of hard to defend given the situation. I mean, it's just a crater, so to speak. So they don't really have that much cover to begin with. And the fact that they're able to defend themselves, given the circumstances, oh man, it is a beautiful defense being set out by Mystic. But meanwhile, we can see LOD Nexus. Okay, 6 elimination points now in the bag, and just as we praised the Mystic in their overall performance, they have now been taken out. I feel like it was DRS who was able to eliminate them, which brings us down to just 7 teams remaining here, ladies and gents. And RLX Esports on your screen, we can see that Dila 31 is cooking up that nade, but kind of hesitated whether or not he's going to throw that one. But from the kill feed, it's Tribe AEROMACY shutting down another player in the game.
Oh my god, look at this. It is DRS constantly going with those tap, the shots. Those knockouts that are actually happening. And the best part is that the DRS is not even moving an inch from the position that they have cemented themselves into. But Tribe AEROMACY, you need to go forward. You need to get some shots connected on the players, because at this angle, you might be a little bit overexposed to your enemies. Not just this one, the RC32, no, the backside, the DRS. They also have an eye out for you, so you better be careful. You better be careful on whatever you're doing. As Rig gets taken down, Trix and Venom are the only two hope for the teams. So far, the situation is not looking good for the team Tribe AEROMACY, but I do love the fact that they have 7 eliminations so far to their name and a total of 65 points.
Yes, and so far, again, Tribe AEROMACY is the top performing team for this round. Same thing goes for LOD. They're tied up in terms of elimination points. Now, LOD managed to secure 8 points now, so that's 1 point lead up against Tribe AEROMACY. And whoa, Tribe AEROMACY just got eliminated by Royal Dragon. So final 5 teams remaining here. DRS, again, part of this 5 teams. They're looking to score perhaps their 3rd chicken dinner of the night, but unfortunately, Killer Whitey caught a nade to the face here, and Delta is just right up behind him, so there's a chance for him to get picked up against LOD. Delta with a DB as, shuts down Godson, and now he throws in a nade to keep them at bay, so he will have time to pick up Killer Whitey, which is, of course, an absolute tactical gameplay coming from DRS.
This is an absolute tactical gameplay coming from the DRS side. Just look at that. But on the other side, if we're talking about the HAINA Esports, they're also down to the very last guy, very last player. Everything is residing on this guy's shoulder as well. But RC32, you know there's someone into the vicinity. You have to get that grenade connected on him. The grenade did not connect. Player once again is going for the push, but in an instant, that grenade, that damage, that splash damage is going to take care of the player. It's over for another team. RX gets finished up. HAINA Esports also struggling a little bit on the side where the DRS is actually pushing on to them. Delta, the moment you're going to step out of this blue, you're instantly going to get knocked out. This is one thing that's for sure. But very, very cleverly, he's going to heal himself once again. 3-man standing. It is 1 versus 2 versus 2 versus 3. DRS having the best man advantage once again.
This is what we were talking about just a while ago. I mean, if you're inside those bunkers, and your space will definitely be limited here. DRS, okay, so far it's a strong team. They do have the number advantage, a whopping 37% that they could bag the chicken dinner from this round. And we are already at stage 7. We're close to wrapping things out. Now, Delta continues to flush out Slayer coming from HAINA Esports, and I'm pretty sure the adrenaline right now is pumping through their veins. And let's see who has eyes in their veins to pull off a chicken dinner. But as for RC32, okay, they still have 2 more players. He has his eyes set on Killer YT and Delta of DRS, but if he can get some shots done up against DRS, that remains to be a mystery. So we'll just have to wait up until these teams that we see on the screen are forced to deal with one another. I mean, we are already at stage 8 here, Torix, and stage 9 is about to come, and pretty much we will be running out of space here. But I'm happy at the fact that Slayer still tries to survive this situation.
They are trying to survive the situation, but I don't even know how is this possible. Like every other team that's a duo, that's a trio, they're actually going for the fight, but they're still alive. But oh my goodness, look at the chunk of damage. There is no way you even have the opportunity of going forward, getting that damage. But oh my god, right on the face. DRS, you guys did HAINA dirty right there. Instantly that elimination comes in. 5 total elimination for the DRS side. RC32 taking the fight against the team LOD, and as LOD, one player is knocked out. The second grenade could have been detrimental, could have been the one that could have eliminated the guy. But Nexus Beast, there we go, there we have it. The player is ready, the player is gonna give that revive, and with this we're down to the top 3 teams.
And now here comes LOD Nexus making a move. Of course, they need to pop up those smokes to conceal their location. And here comes RC3 to Esports as well. A Ninja on the screen, trying to do a massive spray up against the remaining teams here. Delta, DRS getting into position, doing a massive spray as well up against LOD. Delta trying to dance it off up against a Beast here. Who will be the Apex Predator in this situation? Beast is about to take in a lot of damage from that nade, but he still stands right behind that tree. Delta needs to make something happen as he is the last remaining player coming from DRS, and there you go! DRS scored their 3rd winner chicken dinner of the night!
Oh my god, the day number 2 is filled with the Royal Dragon and the DRS. The way DRS secured every single match that they had. 19 points for the second match, 19 points for the match number 4, and I want to see how many points are they going to secure in the match number 5. Are they going to keep this line running, the 19 points, or they're going to secure more or maybe less points they're going to secure in a single day? On top of those elimination, that's actually like comes down to, I would say, around 60 to 70 points in a single day, I'd say, Andy.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Now this is DRS is the star of day number 2 of the PMNC. Nerves of steel, eyes in their veins. That is DRS for you. I mean, there is a reason why they are a prominent name in Nepal, and they are definitely showing up. I mean, DRS on fire right now. I mean, scored a triple chicken dinner in a day in an official tournament? Are you kidding me?
This is DRS for you, ladies and gentlemen. This is the DRS for you. And here we go. This is the match number 5, the highlights, where it all came down to the name of the DRS. AEROMACY did a good early engagement against the team OPZ, got a lot of eliminations to their name, and those back-to-back the eliminations that happened into the scenario, like a Royal GURKHAS, that 1v2, he couldn't get that 1v3. It was not enough. AST Drakes was the first one from the AEROMACY in this particular fight to get taken down, but the way AEROMACY, the 4-man, actually held themselves into the ground and got those eliminations to their name, it was phenomenal. So Andy, back to back these fights were happening, but still when we move to the 3rd stage, we realize that there are still 12 teams alive.
Yeah. Oh man. I mean, they held on to their position for as long as they could, but you know, in the name of PUBG, there can only be one winner, and that is DRS. But you know, and team contribution, it's more than half. It's a total of 66.67% here. And just look at that. Okay, there's been a slight change in terms of stat. 75% body damage, 20% head damage, and a little low on the legs here. So only goes to show how accurate and precise Slayer is when it comes to taking down the opposition from inside the game, living up to his name as Slayer. Slayer be slaying.
Exactly, Slayer be slain. But you know what else has been slayed? The 61 total elimination that happened. The 7,261 healing into the Erangel. even though Erangel is usually known for a lot of healings, like you usually see at least close to the 10,000, but 58 knockouts, 301 throwables. Oh my god, this is the highest number that we have seen throughout the 2 days of action. 301 with just one single airdrop looted, 14 headshots, 13 revives, and the longest elimination distance of 294 meters with DRS Killer YT in the name. It is an amazing start, but 17 total points, ladies and gentlemen, for the DRS into the match number 5. LOD NEXUS getting 16 points, right behind the DRS with just a single point of a difference. RC32, they managed to get 12 points, HAINA with 10, 9 for Tribe AEROMACY, SHREEPECH with 7, 5 for JUTTI, and RLX with just 4.
So this is a great thing, right? We did expect another set of teams will dominate for day number 2. I mean, obviously, there's Royal Dragons, RC32 Esports, as well as LOD NEXUS. The fact that they were able to score a double digit here during the final round, I say that is something great to look forward to in the next days to come. There's also Royal Dragon, VNRC, MTD Twisted. For this round, they only had like a single-digit score here, but it's okay. I mean, we've seen Royal Dragon score 2 chicken dinners for today, so they've created enough buffer, I guess. So this is the part that we have been waiting for a long time. And just look at that, DRS Gaming, the first team to cross that triple-digit score, 109 in total. That is a wide gap up against the second team here, which is Tribe AEROMACY at 67. 2 lead points up against NEPX Esports. You see how much difference for day number 2 that happened. I mean, NEPX, moments ago, before we start the games, they were at the top, and we were expecting a tug of war between DRS and NEPX Esports. But Tribe AEROMACY was the one who came in at 2nd place. And look at that. Royal Dragon coming in at 4th and Mystic Destiny coming in at 5th place. Wow. This is amazing.
This is PMNC for you, ladies and gentlemen. But we have the top performers of the day number 2. Example on the top as the hashtag number 1, 16 elimination, 4,244 damage, 16 knocks, 23 minutes of average survival time. Domain with 17 eliminations, Caesar with 13, and 15 eliminations for Killer YT. Going to the damage side, it is 31-27, 34-16, and 28-03 for the side respectively. But yes, this was the action of the day number 5. 2 Royal Dragons, 3 DRS. I can sympathize with you with that, like how you're holding your head on this.
I am just amazed, honestly. I mean, we were talking about NEPX, right? And they came in fresh from PMGO. Again, it was an absolute phenomenal performance coming from this young guns. And we did talk about if, any of the prominent names coming from Nepal would kind of step in or like show up for day number 2. And yes, DRS did, like triple chicken dinner for you guys. I mean, we're still here, we are, one of the toughest contenders that you can find here in PMNC. So yeah, I mean, it was a great show at the end of day number 2. There's also Royal Dragons, of course, putting up a great show as well, securing 2 chicken dinners for day number 2. So it's amazing. Mystic coming in at 5th place when it comes to the overall ranking. So at least we have a Bhutanese team repping up in the overall rankings, which makes the PMNC all the more exciting for every one of us.
That is true. That is absolutely true on this. The way every team performed, I do love the fact that Tribe AEROMACY even tried on the second half of the day to like get that same momentum of those eliminations and the aggression that they had before. Unfortunately, they didn't had enough matches to like cement themselves into the point side. But yeah, this was the match number 5. This was the complete day, day number 2. We're officially done with the halfway playoffs of the PMNC South Asia with today's action. There's only 2 more days. The day that is tomorrow and the day after. So if you want to know what is going to happen with these teams, with these players, and how and which one of them are going to move to the grand final, where there's two slots for the PMSL, the Super League, waiting for the top 2 contenders. You have to find out. You have to wait with us. You have to watch the action with us. So make sure you do like the stream and subscribe to the official PUBG mobile channels, because we're gonna go live tomorrow the same time. We will see you tomorrow, same timing, same casters, with you guys with the same teams. Until then, have a beautiful night. This was Storix with me. It is the one and only Red Queen Andy. We will see you guys tomorrow. Until then, take care.
Let it.
Great news! The Selection Lucky Spin has been completely reworked. Pick your own rewards. Enjoy massive discounts. Select total draw rewards. Increase your chances of drawing your desired items. Come take a look. Tap here and choose Selection Lucky Spin to go to the event page. This Lucky Spin event introduces a completely new draw experience. Choose items according to your preferences. To form your own prize pool. After making your selection, you get a discounted 10 draw that's only valid during the event. The draw costs only 300 UC. Furthermore, first daily single draws during the event cost only 10 UC. It's a super sweet deal. As you continue drawing, you'll get total draw crates. Different quality total draw crates require drawing different amounts. Reach a certain number of draws to get the corresponding total draw crate. The higher the crate's quality, the more valuable its rewards. Get tons of material rewards with a single 10 draw. Most importantly, when opening crates, priority is given to items you don't already own, so you don't need to worry about getting something you've already drawn. Just have fun drawing rewards. It's super easy to get your desired items. Doesn't that sound amazing? What are you waiting for? Event period, April 18th, 2025 through May 15th, 2025. Join the Selection Lucky Spin event now.
Rondo is here. Are you overwhelmed by all it has to offer? In this video, we'll be going over one of its unique features. Rondo is much larger compared to other maps, and it has features that other maps don't have. For example, in Erangel, throwing a frag grenade won't destroy the terrain, yet in Rondo, doing the same thing blasts a hole in the ground. Other than frag grenades, you can also destroy terrain with pickaxes and vehicle explosions. They each shape the terrain at different speeds. Frag grenades are the quickest. Just toss it and let it explode. Vehicle explosions are next, which also leave behind wreckage that provides cover. Pickaxes are slowest. It takes a lot of swings to dig a pit. All three methods let you create a temporary shelter to hide in, which gives you a greater chance at survival. When you're in trouble, you can rest at the cover you created. Note that in Rondo, only the ground can be terraformed. Buildings, water, and cement are indestructible. During combat, you can create a hiding space for yourself and wait for enemies to come close to catch them unawares. If you're in an open area with minimal cover, try using a smoke grenade first to obstruct your enemy's vision. Then create a temporary shelter in the ground with a frag grenade before attacking. With a vehicle, you can exit it and attack it from a distance. After it explodes, use the terraformed ground and remaining wreckage to go after your enemies or rest. Head to Rondo now to experiment with this new feature.